smoking, right? And I behind the car, so I'm just kind of like waiting for the high to kick in. I guess I don't fucking know. I'm chilling, watching the video. All of a sudden,
Your brain to work.
I hear something. No, but like when like you're in the zone and like you really kind of are like spacing out, like you know what I'm saying? That's how like stoned you be. So I'm just chilling, whatever. I hear a little bit of rustling, look over, and I see some fucking form in the darkness, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? But it's like too big to be a dog. like, but like by 4 times too big, and it's like kind of like moving. And I go, oh my god, because I kind of get freaked out, right? But me freaking out, the fucking bear clearly gets freaked out and starts running. And the thing is like their driveway is like a circle, like one of those circles you can drive into. I'm at the back end of one circle, and the bear is at the front of the other. So when the bear gets spooked, it's running towards me to get away from me, but it has to run towards me to get back to the street. Nigga, I fucking grab the fucking laptop, the weed, and I jump in the car. And I just like, motherfucker, I just saw a bear, and it was big. It wasn't big. Like, have you guys seen Cocaine Bear? No? Okay. Well, either way, I had just recently saw Cocaine Bear, and that movie was fucking wild. Like, that bear was on cocaine, and it was killing people. Like, it was so gory that me and Maya had to like turn off the movie because I wasn't prepared for what I was trying to watch. But either way, scared shitless, saw a bear, and that shit was not kosher. They just be out here integrating with society. Literally, the next night, I was in the car chilling. I saw a coyote walk by. A coyote's the size of the dog. I say all that to say, you gotta watch out for your animals, because the people I stay with have a husky that they be leaving on the back porch. And I just, don't think that's wise when there's clearly bears and coyotes out here. But either way, it is the Bullshit for Your Health, the podcast. Bullshit for Your Health, the podcast. Oh my god, we're gonna get this intro
What's the name of the podcast?
Shut up. Bullshit for Your Health. Y'all niggas know what it's been. It's episode 116. We rocking it. It has been a month since we had podcasted last, and it's been a crazy month. I don't really know if you could have escaped the news. You could have not been paying attention to the shit going on in the Middle East all year, because it's been a year now that we've been having crazy stories in the news coming from the Middle East. But like, most recently, with the most recent updates, you've had to pay attention. There is no way that you haven't been paying attention to the entertainment news that's been going on in the world the past month. I don't give a fuck if you were a country music savant, okay?
Is that what we're calling politics now, entertainment?
No, I'm saying I moved on differently. In politics, you definitely should have been paying attention, because we had 2 debates that will be very crucial to the 2024 presidential election that's coming up in about what?
1 month.
27. Yeah, 1 month. 1 month exactly, because the 4th of November and it's the 3rd. Wow, good shit, Danika. But either way, what I was speaking on was the Diddy news, the Diddler news. Like, you could be racist, but like, I know everybody's paying attention to the Harvey Weinstein of the entertainment news, you know what I'm saying? And then, shit, what else has been happening? Fuck. Either way, we're getting into it.
Literally all the legends keep dying.
Yes, literally all the legends are fucking dying. We'll definitely have this shit. We'll have some music from Rich Homie Quan and Frankie Beverly, but stay tuned, guys. We're going to hit all of that shit. And actually, let's get a fucking song to go off of, to start the pod, to get our energies where we need to go, okay? And really, the song that I want
You don't want nobody to introduce themselves today? You just want to...
I mean, shit. My bad. Let me give my niggas some shine. Today we do have Danika on the pod, and we do have Isaiah returning to the pod again. We appreciate your voice, Isaiah. We appreciate your voice, Danika. It's gonna be a great fucking episode. But
yeah, tweet, motherfucker.
That the way that we're going, we need to start this podcast with some energy. So we're gonna play "Type of Way" by Rich Homie Quan. May he rest in peace. All right. Bah!
Quan. That right, too. My nigga been hustling, tryna make him something. Ain't no tellin' what he'll do for the paper. Ain't no tellin'. Souffle, I'm straight, I stay. My plate, shot day, I'm a smooth operator. I drop top of my wheel, baby. That Quan driving make you feel some type of way. I know you do. That custom brightly make you feel some type of way. I'm shining, ho. This bitch on we got me feeling some type of way. Okay. Easy cause my homies rich, you feel some type of way. That right, too. Some type of way, make you feel some type of way. Heard she wanna fuck me, know you feel some type of way. Mr. CEO, it's what my title say. Me and my homies DJ Ho, he feel some type of way. Okay, now let me real, I know you feel some type of way. I know you do. When I get the bite on her ear, she make that Tyson face. Don't look like that. I drop down to my knee, thankful for life today. Thank you, Lord. No naps, it's long sleep. Hibernate. I can tell if he 12 right away. Go through hell cause I care, move you far away. Drop you off late, know he feel some type of way. I got hoes like golf tryna make what Tiger made. I gotta hide away, and I go there sometimes to give my mind a break. I find a way to still get through the struggle, what I'm trying to say. And I ain't lying today when I tell you that I love my nigga. Been hustling, tryna make him something. Ain't no tellin' what he'll do for the paper. Ain't no tellin'. Souffle, I'm straight, I stay. My plate, shot day, I'm a smooth operator. I drop top of my wheel, baby. That Quan driving make you feel some type of way. I know you do. That custom brightly make you feel some type of way. I'm shining, ho. This bitch on we got me feeling some type of way. Easy cause my homies rich, you feel some type of way. That right, too. Some type of way, make you feel some type of way. Heard she wanna fuck me, know you feel some type of way. Mr. CEO, it's what my title say. Me and my homies DJ Ho, he feel some type of way. She got a Georgia peach on her real end like a license plate. I fuck with you. No rookie, girls got cookie, got me high today. I smoke good. I probably made more money in 6 months than what's in your papa say. I'm serious. Look like I robbed the bank. I said it all like Queen Latifah, cause I'm living single. I'm feeling cautious, I ain't scream when they serve a subpoena. I heard he a leader. Come follow my tribe today. I fucked him, now he heated. He feel some type of way. Don't know how to say. I ain't the hardest man working. Attention we pay. It's always a man lurking. No man perfect, but God, my head, I nod. Rick, homie, all my niggas been hustling, tryna make him something. Ain't no tellin' what he'll do for the paper. Ain't no tellin'. Souffle, I'm straight, I stay. My plate, shot day, I'm a smooth operator. I drop top of my wheel, baby. That Quan driving make you feel some type of way. I know you do. That custom brightly make you feel some type of way. I'm shining, ho. This bitch on we got me feeling some type of way. Easy cause my homies rich, you feel some type of way. That right, too. Some type of way, make you feel some type of way. Heard she wanna fuck me, know you feel some type of way. Mr. CEO, it's what my title say. Me and my homies DJ Ho, he feel some type of way. I know you do. Don't look like that. Thank you, Lord. Let go, let go.
All right, and we back, okay?
Oh, damn, I was really excited about hearing this.
How you gonna just play the? He played the beginning. What?
He didn't even let the words come out the man's mouth. Like, he couldn't even catch a vibe.
Well, he just said like an intro.
But again. If we were in the crib together, then for sure I would just play it out like we normally do. But we just got to insert that so that our producer buddy can insert that for us, okay? The listeners are hyped. The listeners don't even know what the fuck just happened. They're like, wait, did y'all not listen to the song either? That right, too? But okay.
They know that we didn't listen to the song.
Do you guys? I kind of had idea to switch it up today. Maybe do the more informational situation or stuff at the beginning of the pod, and then we get into some of the bullshit. It's up to you guys. We can keep it classic. I just don't want to waste all of our energy on the bullshit going on and then not have any energy for like the real world information that we should probably get out there. All right.
I like to bounce back and forth. Can we do like one and one? Because I don't like to get too stuck on one topic. We need to like bring it down, bring it back up. Like a proper DJ would.
Shout out to DJ Mambo. Okay, let's get it.
Hey, our boy Mambo. Yo, actually. I went out recently, I told you.
Oh, yeah. First off, I mean, shit, it's been a month. Does anybody want to talk about their month? I mean, Isaiah, you have some updates? You want to spread some good positive energy before we get sucked into the news of the fucking month, man?
Yeah, brother. I got me a new job, finally. No longer working at the hospital. Getting into, the farm...
We're just kidding. We're kidding.
But I'm getting into the pharmaceutical gang, so starting big things. Having a big boy job, having more. I'm just happy. Honestly, I'm just happy. It's better than last month. With what I went through last month, so it's definitely getting better. And then like school is good, and kind of just like figuring out life and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, man! More money, more opportunity to grow. Get you more experience on where you're trying to head. We love it. We love to hear it, man. So everybody give a round of applause for Isaiah. Woo! All right. Danika, you got anything that you want to express from your month before we get started?
Yeah, my month been going in the opposite direction, to be quite honest. The senioritis is whooping my ass. Like, I need to lock in. The emergency room was trying to whoop my ass. I was like, oh, there's a lot of things I don't know. Yeah, I really like the environment. The time goes by really quickly. That's been my most recent rotation. The transition back to life in America. It's really all I have for is a deep sigh.
For those of you who don't know, Danika just did an extension or rotation in Peru. Very, very dope experience. So, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and then my high school best friend got married twice in, like, 2 different states.
Same person.
So, same person. Technically, she got married 3 times.
You see Isaiah's face? You said,
I did.
Damn.
No. Technically, she got married 3 times if we're really counting to the same person. That's a I choose you situation if there ever was one. So that was great. It's kind of surreal because some of my friends I've made like post college have gotten married, but like this is my oldest friend, and we were literal children together. But I really love her partner. You feel like your person's partner is like you could be friends with them, like. You got like respect for them on that level. You like see it.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, okay, we did something right there. So that's good. That is my positive, I would say. Huh?
I never had time to find out. So my month has been crazy.
I don't even know who he trying to throw shade at in that situation.
I know
nowhere. What I'm trying to say.
I was like, hold on, wait. Who's the best friend? Who's?
What I'm trying to say is this.
Oh, actually, now I get it. And I see why he tried to skirt past that. But you know what? God's always listening.
God's always listening, okay? We don't know who's listening. So we're going to keep it kosher.
I can tell you that the list is a lot. Never mind.
What I'm going to say is my month has been quite interesting for a variety of reasons, but peace, love, positivity to everybody out there. We are in the month of October. For those of you who have been following the podcast for the last few years, have been following my socials, I have been doing a sober month the last 4 years in November. This year, we did decide to move it to October. I'm going to say personally it's for a selfish reason.
I was like, who's we?
Flognog is in November. So I wanted to go to Camp Flognog, and I did the math. There's only 30 days in November. There's 31 days in October. So it was kind of like, I mean, it's selfish, but I'm still doing one more day basically. But either way, I do implore the listeners of the pod, this will be coming out in about 3 days, that if you hear it, it is not too late for you guys to join. You can do 3 weeks. You can add an extra week on. Shit, you cannot do it. It's up to you, okay? Because at the end of the day, the sober month is you versus you, all right? Again, we will be getting rid of all of the habits that we are possibly worried turned into addiction sometimes. But for real, again, there's no drugs, no alcohol, no caffeine, no porn, no fast food, no juice or soda. We're drinking at least 2 liters of water a day, exercising 4 times a week. We're reading more. We're stretching every day. And again, you can always
More was so vague.
as you see fit.
Hey, not gonna lie.
For some of y'all, you need to
tried
just
it.
start reading. Like,
Not gonna lie, I was gonna break my habits yesterday.
Okay, relax.
I was like this close.
Listen,
I was like this close yesterday. I'm not gonna hold you, but I beat temptation.
But like, listen, that's the point of this. It's to realize
the beginning is the hardest part too.
But not even just that, but this
Hell
is
yeah.
something for you to take stock of yourself. Like, if you do break discipline, it's not for you to get on yourself and be like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with me? It's for you to take kind of stock of, no, like, you just have maybe more of a problem. No, you definitely have more of a problem with this habit than you originally known. So now when you get out of this month and you go through the rest of your year, just think about that, you know what I'm saying? And how that does affect you in your relationship or just your life.
No, it was just like my mind went on autopilot.
Hold on.
My mind went on autopilot, but I'm not gonna get into specifics. But my mind went on autopilot, and then I was like doing the thing that like I was trying to like break, and then as soon as like I started to think about it, I was just like, oh shit, like I'm about to like, break.
I'm about to bust.
Yeah, like literally, like I was just like, damn, like let me stop. So then like I stopped what I was doing, and then I was just like, fuck, you know what? I'm glad I caught myself.
No, like I'm not even gonna hold you. I think for everything on that list, I've met people who will like to say they don't have a problem with anything. You can name anything. It could be porn, it could be drugs, and those drugs could be literally like smoking cigarettes to doing heroin to
Eating red meat and stuff like that. Yup.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just one of those things where we get into these autopilot modes, as you said, Isaiah, where we don't really take stock of the things that we are doing with our time or doing with our day-to-day experiences, and it can be detrimental to our health, especially if we let things get out of control. But all that to say, it's you versus you. You are more than welcome to join the pod, because I would like to say I am very encouraged by the variety of people from all walks of my life who hit me up saying that they wanted to join me this year. I'm gonna be honest, the first year I did it almost everybody I talked to was kind of like, eat a dick. like
It's true. I did the alcohol part.
Yeah. Like it was like maybe 1 or 2 people like, hey, I'll do this, but like almost unilaterally across the board, it was, you're pretentious, eat a dick. And I was like, I mean, I just kind of invited you to do it. I didn't say you had to. But this year, I've gotten far more people, like literally like 8 people who are like,
this year I've attracted so many more alcoholics.
Nah, listen. If there's one thing I learned how to do, it was to drink over the pandemic. But either way, for real, I got like 8 people who said that they want to do it fully. I got like 8 other people who were like, I can't do the whole thing. I actually got a few people who were telling me like, I had this one girl hit me and she was like, I can do 5 through 10, but I can't do 1 through 4, which 4 is porn. And I was kind of like taken aback a little bit because I didn't know women struggled with that. I thought that was more of like a male thing. But either way, I found it very funny, and I was just kind of, again, re-emphasizing.
What did you think was a male thing? Sexual desire?
Pornography. Struggles with pornography.
Like, so, okay. I'm not going to get into it right now.
I mean,
no sexism. I'm not trying to be sexist. I thought that was something.
I'm not trying to be sexist. I just didn't know y'all were people, too.
It's in Texas. I can't hold them. All right, but either way, let's get into.
They're getting that girl anyway.
Wait, what? Oh. Okay, all right. We're 15 minutes in. Let's get rid of this bullshit and let's get into some real bullshit. Real quick. All right, it's been a month and I know a whole lot of shit has happened, but now that some time for the dust to have settled, okay, I just had a quick fucking question for you guys. We're all professionals.
I swear, if you bring up Kendrick and Drake, I will kill you right now. I will take a fucking flight to Los Angeles.
We passed that. That.
We haven't, because there was something I was gonna ask, but it wasn't gonna be the first thing I asked. I was gonna start with a question real quick, and it was gonna be, you guys are all professionals. You guys all work in different areas of healthcare. I just had a quick question. Does your break start before or after you start eating?
I'm glad you asked this, because as one of the not bottom tier staff, I don't have to clock out for my fucking break. So it starts when the fuck I sit down at my desk.
Is that what you guys call us behind closed doors when y'all go in?
Nah, it'd be crazy because like providers don't be helping do shit sometimes, and I'm like, nah, nigga, you could have threw that away. Like the trash can was right there. Like you didn't have to leave the room. Yeah. You didn't have to leave the room a mess. Like I am not one of those individuals because I have risen from the depths of nothing.
Oh yeah, we talk shit about y'all. Because the good providers don't. They clean up their sharps. They clean up their IND trays. All right, it's the niggas that ain't got no home training that just gonna leave it a mess. Like, oh, I would hate to go to your house. I would hate to go to your house.
You know what? I find it weird whenever like I offer to clean up their shit, and then like they don't let me do it. They'll just take it like real quick. I'll be like, damn, like this is kind of nice. Yeah. But there's like some providers, like you said, like they just throw shit everywhere, leave shit everywhere. You know, you slip a little bit in the room, almost fall, but, you know.
Damn.
If you need this on the record for a workings comp claim, like, go off.
Okay, so I guess Danika's saying her break starts and ends when she decides. Isaiah, as a more worker bee, as myself, What would you say? On your 30-minute break, when does it start? Before or after you start eating?
Pause. As soon as I put the food in my mouth, that's when my break starts. Okay,
so let's say it's 12:30 when you leave to go to break, but you don't start eating till 12:40 after you heat up your food. Your 30-minute starts at 12:40?
I think you got to go to your GI specialist, because those 10 minutes you wasted in the bathroom, like, it don't take 10 minutes to warm your food up. No, I'm talking about Jabari.
I was in the bathroom.
I'm talking about Jabari. I don't know you like that, Isaiah.
I don't shit on my break. I ain't got enough time.
I ain't doing that either. I'm on
the floor. How I do my break is I go to the break room. I put my veggies and put my protein in the microwave to get it started, and then I run to the cafeteria. Okay, and then I grab my sides. Okay, then I get back to.
Why you say it like that, bro?
What you mean?
Because you said
sorry.
All right, I go back.
Said it like a diddler.
Why you say it like that?
I grab my sides. Ew.
I didn't say go grab my baby oil and then go hit the fucking restroom. Like, no. I go to the cafeteria, I get my sides, I come back, and I start the clock for my break. Okay? So, that's just that. So, from what I'm hearing is, for all my worker bees out there, don't let them steal 10 to 15 minutes of your break because you got to heat up your food, okay? That break starts when you start eating, not when you leave the desk, okay? But aside from that, we can get into the Diddler news, because there has been quite a few updates. For those of you who don't know who the Diddler is, it is also P. Diddy, also known as Puff Daddy,
Sean,
also formerly known as Love. There has been some updates, quite a few updates to the stories that are going on with this nasty ass nigga. All right, so since the month of
wait, I have a serious question before we get into this. Speaking of Love, what was the consensus on, like, are we all those artists that work with him on that album are just like fucked? Because I stopped listening to the album, but you know it's not like it's about to get cold outside.
What do you mean fuck?
No pun intended.
Like, you want to listen to the album some more?
No, I didn't mean literally fucked. Oh gosh, I mean like.
No, I was saying I was saying no pun intended.
I was like, what? No. I mean like everybody stopped streaming the album. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't listen to that bullshit.
Right.
No,
So
all good.
But I'm like, okay, so we still okay.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's still niggas. Listen, I was at the skate park. Like,
I'm gonna need all those artists to re-release it on their own platforms.
I was at the skate park 3 weeks ago and was playing some nigga in skate, and this other nigga, one of the young homies, rolls up and he's bobbing his head. The nigga I'm playing in skate goes, "Oh, what you listening to, bro?" And he kind of pauses for a second and looks at us as if to like size us up and see how what do you call it, structured of people we are. And he goes, "I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm listening to R. Kelly." And then he fucking skated off. Like, you can listen to whatever the fuck you want to listen to in 2024. It's whatever your moral compass allows, I guess. Personally, that Love album was not good enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep bumping it in my Serato, okay? I don't listen to no Tory Lanez. I don't listen to no R. Kelly. I still listen to Chris Brown because, Rihanna forgave him and that nigga did his jail time or whatever. And come on, it's Chris fucking Brown. Like, come on now. But
see, one thing about us millennials, we see Breezy, baby, okay? See Breezy beat him, and we gonna stick beside him.
I saw a rumor that said the Quiet on the Set documentary that did the whole Nickelodeon shit is trying to come out with a documentary on Chris Brown. Okay, and all I'm gonna say is this: nobody asked for that. Okay,
just leave us alone. We've suffered enough trauma. Can you stop taking everybody from us?
They trying to come for Jay-Z now. Like, just leave us alone. All right, we
should have been seeing that coming.
Listen, don't you wrap up Beyonce and none of that. Okay,
I didn't say nothing about the B word. I didn't say no B word. Okay, I don't even bring her up because her little psychopathic people will shut you down before you even, put an ad on your podcast.
Nah. Dangerously in love with you. Like, I'm being
next.
All right, but no, but for real. To get back to the matter at hand, Diddy has been now sued for over $100 million, which he did win that case, so he did have a slight reprieve from the scrutiny of the judicial system. But since that lawsuit, he's also been denied bond and has been kept in federal custody. He's also had 125 new people accuse him of sexual assault. So it's not looking good for P. Diddy.
What's the men to women breakdown?
I don't know. Do you think ChatGPT can give us that?
No, it's not that up to date, but you can try.
What's the breakdown of the men to women? Can we?
It's like 53 to
47.
47. Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait, what? How old are you again? I was about to ask him what grade he was in.
Oh, what's up?
I was like, what grade are you in?
Oh, I'm 25.
He's in grade 25. Okay, no, wait.
Listen, it's on
1999. Yeah, no, they changed the math out.
Wow, no, listen, Isaiah, you were so close. Wait, first of all, no, you were so close because you were doing percentages. It was 60 women and 60 men. That's crazy.
Damn, that is crazy.
What's crazy?
It's nasty.
That sounds like 4 people are missing.
They said.
Are they fluid? You said 125 people.
No, I said 120.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no, wait, what? Nah, you gotta relax. You gonna be exposing yourself.
Did they only say men and women? First of all, did you ask ChatGPT if it was only men and women?
No. I literally just said Diddy accused of 120 people of sexual assault. It just gave me this whole breakdown. But this is super nasty because they literally said some of these were involving minors, including one person who was 9 years old at the time. So yeah, this nigga Diddy is
no.
yeah, I mean, we kind of knew from the hubbub. I haven't read any of the indictments. I've really just been paying attention to some of the larger stories. You know, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, the fact that they found Molly, GHB, shit. Well, how many? What types of drugs were found?
You think there's 1,000 bottles of baby oil, or was there like a shit ton of oil? I know it's like a weird
No,
question to
no, no,
ask,
no.
but like,
That was in an excerpt from the document. I got this from Megan Cupniff. She is the lawyer who did a lot of reporting on the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion case. She's like a barred attorney in New York. And from her Twitter page, she read the indictment and she said it was literally 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Like, that wasn't a hyperbole. That wasn't an exaggeration. Yeah.
damn, that nigga, why so much baby oil? Shit.
Apparently, there's a rumor that some people were trying to say that the the baby oil had GHB in it, and because it could be transdermally absorbed into the skin, it was kind of used that way. You know what I'm saying?
Jabari, tell the people what GHB is.
GHB is for better or less known. Well, the common name for GHB is Rufalin. It's the date rape drug. So, you know, they used to tell people who got roofied, you know, at parties. That's what GHB is. A chemical compound of it. But yeah, man. I mean, where do you think we go from here? First and foremost, do we think Diddy will be convicted, and how many years do we think he'll serve?
Oh, he's definitely getting convicted. I mean, he has a lot of people coming up forward to say that, you know, the things were done. They have him on video being Cassie. I mean, he's definitely gonna get convicted for sure. How many years? It's honestly like it's very, very hard to say. Especially like him just being a black man. I feel like he's gonna get probably maybe like 50 years, 40 years. He's gonna be in there for the rest of his life. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, so to give more context, Harvey Weinstein, when he was found guilty, received 23 years in prison in New York, and then he also received an additional 16-year sentence in LA. So he had to spend a total of 39 years in jail, which is effectively a life sentence due to Harvey Weinstein's age. How old is Diddy? He's 50, right?
He's around here.
54?
Diddy is 54 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna be in there for the rest of his life. And then, like, the next thing too is that if he comes forth with like other evidence about other people doing other things at the party, like, and not to be like get into conspiracy theories. Like let me just clarify that. But like, you know, if he was to come up forth with other stuff, like, there's no guarantee too that he's gonna serve, you know, his sentence maybe. I don't know.
I mean, and again, to give some context, Harvey Weinstein was accused by over 100 women as well. So we're probably looking at somewhere, because I mean, this is all so far happening in New York, right? Or maybe there's other. I don't know. Shit. Just by sheer number, yeah, it seems like the nigga's probably looking at double-digit numbers, and the first number is going to be in the 3 or 4s. So yeah. It seems to be over for that nigga. Do you think they give him any type of like leniency if he gives up people? Do we think that the government or the powers that be will let him testify
I
to give?
think they've been after him for a while, and this is like the other situation where it's like there's opportunities for more people to hop on. I don't think there's an opportunity for our boy to hop off, because the thing is, like, we're mainly seeing the like sexual assault side of things, the domestic violence and sexual assault side of things, but usually bad company is bad company, and that man has a lot of businesses, so I think he's got actually more to lose than he does to like gain. Now he might be able to drag some people down with him and plead down a few things, but I think he's the big fish in this situation.
How do you guys feel about the narrative that some black celebrities are putting out there that the only reason that Diddy is getting caught or Diddy's being accused of these things? Well, because there's two sections, right? There's people who are saying this is a witch hunt because Diddy's black, but then there are also people who are saying this is unfair because while Diddy may have done all these things, there are all of these other white billionaires who do the same shit who have not seen justice.
Yeah, I don't really got nothing to say on that. Everyone can get in
I mean,
line and get these hands, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree.
I feel like with the Diddy case, it's so unique is that because like that video with him with Cassie, like that the violence piece of it, and I was kind of like watching a snippet from the Joe Budden podcast, and I think his name was Ice. He was talking about how like that video itself like made this situation different because if you look at it like in terms of like flying women out and like having parties or Diddy parties or like Playboy parties because they were comparing the Hugh Hefner to Diddy, like it's kind of the same thing, but what makes Diddy's case so different is that like this man was actually like hitting women and abusing women and doing things that like maybe Hugh Hefner did. We don't know the full story about Hugh Hefner, but I think with Diddy's situation is that like this video like shows like who Diddy is, and then especially like with the apology that he made right after, shortly when that video was like sent out, it just made him look guilty like overall. So
No, but
No,
he initially didn't apologize.
no,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
because
but as soon as the video came out, like he
yeah,
apologized.
yeah.
the video,
Yeah.
but even the video coming out was kind of interesting because it was something that quote unquote Diddy had already paid to have silence, and it was an unknown source that released the video. I think two things can be true, right? We can condemn the acts of a serial abuser, a serial rapist, a serial victimizer, regardless of their race, while also understanding that race probably plays a role in the ability for the quote unquote pedophile ring that seems to be in Hollywood and their scapegoatism of Diddy, right? Because
I think yes, except the thing that I think often ends up happening is like race always is a factor, but if you look at it on a curve at a certain amount of money, you're kind of like it's less of a factor, right? Because of like it's more now your wealth and your power and your influence that's really, and I think like to me the most heinous crimes of any kind is where there's an imbalance of power, and that in addition to visually unfortunately seeing it, which is what it takes for a lot of people to care about sexual assault, domestic violence, whatever, because like naturally our reaction are to like hide from ugly things, right? Like these whispers about him have been going on for years. People have been saying things about him for years. Like it has just been easier to turn the other cheek for the sake of it could be race, it could be jealousy, it could be, girls trying to come up and this and that and the third. But the reality
Nick
is,
trying to come up too. Like let's
right,
not forget that he
right,
was
right.
victimizing a lot of pussy, a lot of pussy.
And people, and there being a certain sense of like, you just don't share what happens behind, this is just the industry, and all the gaslighting that just like occurs in more ways than one, I think, in all communities, but in this particular context in like the black music industry, like that's like super like and pervasive to me. Like, not to say that all the billionaires shouldn't get caught, but it's it's the grandiosity. There's like so many things about this situation I think that are uniquely disgusting, and I think that unfortunately, like that uniquely disgusting, but perhaps for its actually maybe it's not even uniquely disgusting, but it's
I
what we
don't think
know
it
about.
is. I don't think it
It's
is
what
because
right.
personally, like interestingly, I've been getting into a lot of those video essays that talk about, the ultra wealthy. And this seems to be par for the course for the ultra wealthy, especially when you look at things like the Cannes Film Festival, right? Where we've known the same way that we've known that Diddy's been throwing crazy parties for years. It's been known that the Cannes Film Festival is something where, different models such as Bella Hadid or Kim Kardashian have been flown out to. And the whole reason why is because you have these people who are ultra wealthy, like even wealthier than Diddy, and they have these crazy yacht parties, and the idea of soliciting sex from models, high profile actresses, and not just soliciting sex, but sex acts that might be egregious, that leave women scarred or men scarred, happens on a yearly basis. You know, like there is this idea that there is a two-tier justice system, especially in America, but when it comes to the world at large as well. And I think one of the things that is frustrating for a lot of minorities is that we sometimes extrapolate our own pain that comes from a two-tier justice system onto the face of somebody that looks like us who seem to have broken through that classism bubble. And so when that person gets taken down, we look at it as like a way of like threatening to our own existence. But I think we always do have to like keep in perspective that like the nigga didn't have to do any of this. You know what I'm saying? This isn't one of those.
He's not a victim.
Exactly. Like this isn't one of those situations where even like a Jonathan Majors, right, where there is some inconsistency in the story, and it does look like a fall from grace that isn't necessarily the evenest, because we can look at actors who have had worse shit done, Ezra Miller, Johnny Depp, you know, and they maintain their ability to work in Hollywood. Not to say that it's okay, but it does seem two-tiered there. Whereas, no, Diddy is a fucking criminal. Diddy's a fucking evil person, and he deserves to go down for it. I think the only way that we can, like, expect justice in all areas is that, unfortunately, like, we do have to, like again...
It's in all areas.
Yeah, but like we have to incentivize safe spaces for victims to be able to speak up. Like, I just think it's so crazy how it took Cassie coming out and telling her story at a time when Diddy still retained all the power he had for 120 other people to come out and stand with her months later. You know what I'm saying?
It took Cassie getting married to someone else, having a child, and having a support system that actually, to my knowledge, they're not the same heritage, like, or ethnicity or whatever. That's outside of the community.
It was Diddy's bodyguard. It was Diddy's old bodyguard. Like, she got married to her bodyguard. The nigga was in the culture.
Well, and maybe that's part of it, right? Like, he was there.
I think though, like
she needed that. The point is, actually further even really makes the point of she needed that validation in some context, and the fact that he was there and her bodyguard and all of that is like even more so, I think, telling of the situation, because for her to go through something like that and for everyone around her who knew what was happening to carry on like business as usual, like, that's fucked. And
yeah, I think
crazy.
It really sticks to the fact of what's done in the dark will eventually come to light, and morals are morals. You have to have them irregardless of how far you make it up that fame and celebrity echelon. Like Cat Williams says, like, when Diddy tells you it's time to party, you got to be able to say no. You know, I think greed comes to play a lot of times here. The need for validation comes to play a lot of times here. Like, for as much as I want to get mad at the little fucking leprechaun Kendrick Lamar, like, a part of his gripes with the industry, I do hold myself to. It's like, yo, bro, like, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And if you see somebody being victimized, you know, it's within your best interest to probably try and speak up about it, because eventually that shit will come to light. Definitely don't fall into the trap of shit. Let me go along to get along, because as Charlamagne the God has said multiple times, if you've been at a Diddy party, if you were in these freak offs, I'd be a little worried right now, dog. I'd be a little worried, because they're gonna find you. I don't think we've seen the last of this situation. I think we're we're definitely going to see some other high profile names get wrapped up into this, whether it's Diddy actually coming out and saying it or from the videos they have. Shit, I don't know. Like,
They're talking about Will Smith. What's up? What's the
they're
tea?
talking about Jay-Z, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all been noticed.
I know. We already mentioned Jay-Z earlier, but I'm saying they also was talking about Will Smith. So what's up?
Do you think though, if the video wasn't released though, and Cassie like received her payoff and everything like that, do you think the Diddy case would be as big as it is right now still, or do you think eventually like it'll come into light like years down the road?
No, I think once that they peeled that one layer, I think someone was waiting. Someone was ready. They weren't brave enough to be the first one, but they were definitely ready to ride on someone's coattails.
For sure. But we also have to take into account that Diddy just won that fucking multi-million-dollar lawsuit with Ciroc, that right after that happened, the video came out. So I'm thinking, again, multiple things could be true. I think multiple people at the top didn't like how Diddy was moving. They also knew that Diddy was a fucking sociopath, and they used it to their advantage. I think the only way that Diddy can, like, start to atone for his fucking nasty ass deeds, not that he'll ever get forgiveness from his victims or that he deserves forgiveness, but one of the ways he can start to atone is, my nigga, if there's other niggas that were cooperating and collaborating with you in these evil activities, give them up, bro. Take them down with you. Do what Epstein couldn't before he was murdered in that jail, you know? Shit.
Do you think that Jay-Z had did the same thing as Diddy, or like Damon Dash, or because I mean they were close together.
I'm keeping it a band. Jay-Z is not my favorite rapper, so I'll be honest. I've seen the fucking photos of him with Aaliyah. I've seen the stories with Foxy Brown. When Jay-Z met Beyonce, she was 16.
That's what I was gonna say. He bagged Beyonce as a fucking child. Like,
ignore that. Listen. If I was Jay-Z, I would start looking at Bali. You know what I'm saying? I would start getting on the phone with Russell Simmons. This is the weather like out there. What do I need to pack? You know, because
what's the expatriate community talking about? They still want to see me in concert out there. What's up?
Shit, he got enough money.
No, but honestly,
and again, who I feel the most for are the children, right? I feel the most for Diddy's daughters, Diddy's fucking sons. I feel the most for Beyonce, for Kim Porter, for all the people in these people's lives, for the multiple artists who were under Diddy's label who didn't do nothing wrong, you know, for everybody who was on that album, for everybody that Jay-Z has touched in his career. Pause, not in that way, but like, you know, who's helped. It's like, I think this really hits me in a certain way because I hold myself to a standard of like, bro, like you get to a certain position where culturally you are looked at as an icon. And we know that even if it's not right, black people are looked at as a monolith. You're doing a disservice to the culture when you get into these positions of power and you start being fucking freaky, yo. Like, I'm sorry. Like, once you become a billionaire and like you are the face of hip hop, you got no more right to be doing freak offs, my nigga. Like, it's, you know, and again, like for everybody who's running away from this situation, trying to act like they had no part to play, but we saw you with Diddy all those years, Young Miami. Get ready, bro. Them videos are coming. And it's gonna be fucking nasty. It's gonna be nasty. But
damn, he added Young Miami. Ooh, the pod taking on everybody today.
Nah, but like Young Miami, like.
I think, like, listen, all that's all well and good, and I say this because, you know, I'm a big picture bitch, because we're going to forget about this.
Looking for a daddy.
But that's the point, right? Summer's wrapping up right now. You know, festival season is more active in the west side of the world and all that. Like, on the East Coast, we about to be getting into our holiday shit real quick. But in the meantime, when next summer comes around and she's still on the lineup, all these people are just moving as business as usual. The real thing is, we like to ignore things as long as the aesthetic is cool. And it is now pervaded into like multiple areas of life. Music, right? If you got the aesthetic of the artist I want to support, I don't even care if you can actually sing. I don't care if every time anyone's ever heard you live, you're trash. But we all love
Sabrina
you, and
Carpenter.
you have millions of followers. Like, it just don't, like, things like that. You know, it's just like our cognitive dissonance is at an all time high because our awareness is also at an all time high, right? Like, the more we know about these things, the less our like tiny human brains can handle things, and no one actually feels like they have the capacity to do anything that actually matters. So you like cognitively dissociate from all of these things that are happening. But like, I think about the fact that several times at the age that we're at, every day somebody gets engaged on my timeline, and so many people are on there. We're on our Beyonce and our Jay-Z, and I'm like, what are we really like? There's no way all of us share. We can appreciate talent. It's not about talent. Talent is out of the conversation, but our like obsession with people and taking
Celebrity.
on celebrity culture, it's gotten out of fucking hand. Like,
True.
people being able to get to a point of being literally untouchable when they're literally just another human is insane. Like, you should respect people. You should give them their distance. But everyone deserves that, right? Like, it's not like you're not more valuable as a human being because God gave you a set of pipes that make you sound like an angel. Like,
For sure.
That's not. But we as consumers are guilty of that because we put money into things. We show that, you know what? No, we are going to pay $1,000 to go see Beyonce in concert because she's Beyonce. But also, it's like,
Not me. Not me.
That concert was amazing. You should pay the money. Well, listen, I agree.
and I'm saying, like, I think she's worth it based off the fact that everyone else already cost $300. So, and that's for a brand new artist. Like,
No, it's because she put on a 2.5 hour performance, dance, no background vocals, and choreography, 8 to outfit changes. She deserves the praise for the level of artistry she is.
And
but
talent is not in question.
But if it comes out, Beyonce was fucking giving 13-year-old girls poppers and diddling them in their fucking booty holes, she needs to go to jail, okay? She needs to go to fucking jail. But I'm just saying, Beyonce would never do that. That was all just a joke, allegedly, okay? Da-da-da-da. I want to move into something else. And it goes on to the...
podcast gets sued for slander by Beyonce.
Rock Nation, you shall crumble! The deification of artistry is something that I personally have been very, very annoyed with, especially this past year with the whole Drake versus Kendrick Lamar beef, okay? I know you guys are tired of talking about it, but I just wanted to give some thoughts on the Super Bowl announcement that happened.
You have literally
5 minutes. 5 minutes is all I need.
5 is too much now. 5 is too many.
If you've been living under a rock, Kendrick Lamar was set to perform at Super Bowl 59 in no other than New Orleans, okay?
They gave it to Kendrick because he's a hot artist, bro. Right now, to this day, he is a hot artist. He has one of the hottest songs still playing throughout the whole summer. Of course, they're going to give it to Kendrick because of that, because they want a lot of people to tune in for the Super Bowl and then see Kendrick as the face of the Super Bowl halftime show. Whereas if they gave it to Lil Wayne, I look, bro, I feel you. I feel you on Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne should have had that spot because it is New Orleans.
No. Listen, before you speed rush the fucking topic, let me get my shit off real quick, okay? These niggas don't try to preemptively lawyer my points. Objection, Your Honor. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you're gonna say. Let me 8 Mile him real quick. Nah. Here's the problem with the whole situation, right? The deification of Kendrick Lamar and what he did over a rap beef that we still don't know why he fucking did it makes no sense to me. Because yes, Kendrick Lamar is a incredible artist. I'm not taking that away from him. When is the last time you saw a Super Bowl that wasn't done by a legacy artist? That wasn't done by an artist at the like an artist during quote unquote the peak of their career, which I don't think this is the peak of Kendrick Lamar's career, but the way niggas talk about Kendrick Lamar after this beef is that this is the peak of his career, okay? On top of that, Kendrick Lamar has already performed at the Super Bowl. Like, part of the fucking LA performance during the Super Bowl with the Rams, where they did a legacy type of show where they brought out multiple artists. There's been so many cockamamie fucking explanations as to why Lil Wayne shouldn't deserve it. Oh, he's not a good performer. Oh, he doesn't have the fucking set list. Oh, he doesn't have. Oh, you niggas are just getting ahead of yourselves because hip hop has never been on the list, and you should be thanking Jay-Z. You should be kissing Jay-Z's feet because without fucking Jay-Z, you would never even have to have this discussion. So if we are never going to be able to have the option to put legacy hip hop acts on the Super Bowl stage anymore, why should we not argue for Louisiana or for the Super Bowl that's going to be in Louisiana to be done by a legacy conglomerate of Lil Wayne, Young Money, and Cash Money? Which again, if Lil Wayne was going to head the Super Bowl, it wouldn't just be Lil Wayne. It would be Drake, Nicki Minaj, Tyga, Birdman, Manny Fresh. Like, you could have an entire legacy act, dynasties of hip hop. Young Money and Cash Money is the reason why we were able to have the 20 years of hip hop dominancy that we did have. Like, and again, it's one of those situations where, like,
you get so loud when you're passionate. Like, I mean,
in the same way that the LA show brought you through generations of hip hop, Dr. Dre to Snoop Dogg to, well, honestly, Dr. Dre to Snoop Dogg to 50 Cent, or Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg to Eminem to 50 Cent, then to Kendrick Lamar, which literally was a 2-decade span of hip hop. The same thing would have been done with, if you would have brought out Manny Fresh, you would have said, "Go DJ, that's my DJ," and then you could have had Manny Fresh and Birdman come out, gator boots with the pimped out Gucci suits, and immediately went into "I Can't Make Y'all Bad Rock," and literally brought out Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Tyga. You literally would have told a story of literally. Because the Hot Boys and whatever you call it, the Birdman, the Manufacturers Group, they're from the 90s, the 2000s, to the 2010s, like to the 2020s. Like, it's like, bro, like that's 3 decades of hip hop at the highest level too. It's not like these artists were like low level. So to give Kendrick Lamar the spot when he definitely would have had the opportunity years from now just seems a little short-sighted in my opinion, because honestly, we do not know how much longer we'll have some of these other artists who are in their 40s and have lived crazy hip-hop lives, right? We do not know after Jay-Z steps down from the mantle as the guy who will be running the fucking Super Bowl halftime show, which we can get into how that was conniving of Jay-Z, right? Because the big thing that people wanted to say was, yo, Lil Wayne and Jay-Z had beef. Well, Jay-Z can't beef with Lil Wayne because he paid Lil Wayne's fucking taxes. So we don't think a capitalist like Jay-Z wouldn't be petty enough to go into a nigga who he had beef with in the past because that man came for his spot in hip hop culture. And then 10 years about 10 years later, when that artist has fallen on hard times and Jay-Z, somebody as petty as Jay-Z, wouldn't be like, you know what, I'm gonna pay that 14 mil because it's a big amount of money, but like I got it, but I always have this to hold over your head. Wouldn't be that petty. Again, I'm not saying that's why he did it. I'm just saying, are we just going to be so naive to be like, that's not something somebody would fucking do? Especially who's a fucking billionaire off of low key. I'm not saying this is for a fact. Has allegedly stabbed multiple people in the back on his way to the top. One instance where he fucking canoodled all these artists to join Tidal for 1% of the fucking market share when he had 50% of the market share. The second that shit went up a couple 100 million, he sold it after saying this was a whole thing for black plight. the same man who literally, when you had somebody like Colin Kaepernick trying to make a fucking statement about the NFL, come out a few years later and said, we're done with kneeling. And then did that so that he could become the dude who fucking makes money off the NFL and picks the NFL halftime show. Like, it's like, bro, two things can be true. Can we just have a little bit of nuance with this conversation? There would have been nothing wrong with Kendrick Lamar. There's nothing wrong with Kendrick Lamar being the Super Bowl halftime performer. Okay, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm simply saying it does look a little fishy when it's literally in New Orleans and you have and we are at one of the only moments in history that we know of that like the opportunity to showcase hip hop legacy on that stage is now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, bro. And again, the nigga just did it last year. Wasn't it last year?
Yeah, about a year or two. But it was pretty recent. It was definitely pretty recent. But I don't know, like, I don't know what's going through Jay-Z's mind, but I just think that with
money, dollar signs.
Yeah, what has been going on right now, I think Jay-Z is probably looking at as maybe Kendrick is probably one of the artists that, and I'm not saying Lil Wayne isn't. I'm not saying Lil Wayne is not a good artist. I actually like Lil Wayne or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, as of right now,
he had that shit turned.
Yeah, so like as of right now, I think he's banking on Kendrick because just with his song, and he is gonna play Not Like Us. Let's just be real. He's gonna play Not Like Us.
He's not playing the whole song. He's going to do the horns. He's going to do the horns. You cannot call a man a pedophile on national TV and it not be slander.
Man, he's gonna do it. Watch.
He's not gonna do it.
They're gonna bleep it out. They're gonna bleep out the pedophile part, and then like everybody knows the song. Like, let's just keep it real. Everybody knows the song.
I think it'd be so corny if he gets on that stage and does any of those diss tracks. The only
he's gonna probably do that.
I'll give him like grace for is Not Like Us, but I do not think he'll be able to play Not Like Us. I think they'll do a melody of the horns when they do the melody of his songs. But the thing too is like, bro, like he did.
I think that you've been talking about this shit for 10 minutes now.
All right, he did this shit.
Like, congratulations to that man for the peak of his career. That's all I got to say.
You a Drizzy Drake fan?
Baby, the way I ride for Drake so hard, I'm in his wheelchair. Okay, I'm wheelchair Jimmy to the Aubrey Drake Graham. Like, it's not even. It's personal.
Listen,
like, I feel about Drake how everyone feels about Chris Brown.
Like, what do you mean? Give me.
Yeah, let's
like he's like our childhood, you know, like our person.
Oh, like an idol, like childhood idol.
Idol's too much.
Okay, but like kind of
any of these niggas. We don't idolize any of these niggas. Look,
that's fucking weird.
Look. If it comes out that Drake was trying to fuck Millie Bobby Brown, okay?
Drake who? Drake where?
Right. Do right and kill that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But listen,
he said do right.
Listen.
Matter of fact, take him to the 6.
The last thing I'll say. The last thing
Jabari and I are. One thing we gonna be is loyal till you do some weird shit.
Facts. And listen,
weird behavior gets you booted. It don't matter whether you make $1 million.
I was loyal on my Kendrick fandom until he did some weird shit, which was start a beef out of nowhere to get the top spot.
Unexplained beef is top tier weird shit to do.
And then once you win the battle, try to shit on the entire culture of hip hop as if hip hop hasn't been what it's been forever. We've had the consciousness. We've had the party. You can be all the things. Black people are not a monolith. And I'm not going to let a fucking celebrity sit on their pretentious high horse and tell me, a working black American from academia, what the fuck I should be doing to relieve my stress, okay? And what I also want to say again is...
Or defining what is or is not black culture. Like, sir, mind your business. That's black culture.
Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if we hear some weird shit come out of that nigga's camp, okay? Because the one thing that I always watch out for is the nigga who's the loudest in the room, pointing at everybody else's closet, pointing at everybody else's skeletons. They got some shit in their closet, bro. Happens every fucking time. Without a fucking doubt. But we can move on, because again, I'm not one of these weird niggas who is going to go buy that BBL Drizzy costume that's making rounds on Twitter right now. I don't know if y'all saw that. But
no. What?
Yeah. Niggas are really running with the joke on like one of the storied artists who gave niggas
they're putting
soundtracks
a costume on with a BBL?
Huh?
Niggas are putting on a costume with a BBL?
There's like a BBL costume that's been going around making fun of Drake. Yeah.
Yo, what?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Honestly, it's cringy to me. It's not really that hilarious, but I get it. I get where it comes from. Niggas want to meme anything. But what I will say is this.
That's
you can
crazy.
like both of these artists. There is no reason to kill the party. Or the party needs to die. Or whatever that weird-ass song that nigga posted was. By the way, Isaiah, have you heard it again? Have you listened to that song again?
Which one?
You're at the 20-minute mark now.
Which one?
The party has to die.
The party has to die. No, I haven't even
Never
heard
heard
it.
it the
I'm
first
gonna be honest with you.
You did. You nigga, we talked about it. It was the Black Air Force track that Kendrick had.
Like, oh, that song? Yeah, no. Okay, sorry. My mind is. Yeah, I listened to the song like probably like once or twice, like, but it's like it's one of those songs where like I have to be in the mood to listen to it because it's like stuff that like we kind of already talked about this, but it's like kind of stuff that we already know what's going on in the industry.
Didn't even recognize that as the last song Kendrick Lamar released. They said not like us.
Yeah, so I
That's
mean
the last song
that song was like okay. I'm still waiting for his album, honestly. The album that he said that he was gonna drop.
You ain't getting it, nigga.
I'm waiting for the album.
What? An album?
I'm waiting for the album.
He already exhausted
Yeah.
all of his creative energy on.
Nah, I'm waiting for that album. Look, he talking about how he got this disc drive with 1,000 songs on it.
Like he got this.
I'm trying to listen to that album. Drake out here making songs and making some albums and collaborating with artists and making some good ass music. So
feed in the fucking streets.
I'm waiting for Kendrick to do the same. But Kendrick,
Niggas
you know,
my language.
Drake puts out like 2
that
albums a
song
year.
with Lotto, that house music song
puts out,
that Drake and Lotto
2
did,
albums.
that should go hard.
Every 10 years.
Listen, if you don't
Did you
think
know what? No, hold on. Did you hear what I said though? Okay, we
No, I
gotta
didn't hear what
stop.
you
I don't
said.
understand.
I'm
this.
sorry,
Like,
that's
it's like,
disrespectful. I'm sorry.
listen, tweets. They all getting mad in the background.
right? They get excited.
They're like, all y'all yelling. I want to yell too.
Drake!
We love Drake. They're over there bobbing their head.
Right?
Kiki, do you love me?
Bruh.
No, but seriously, like, I just think, like, why are we trying to compare it to, like, Drake puts out 2 albums a year and Kendrick puts out 2 albums in 10 years. Like, it's not,
also,
like, we're not, you can't expect the same things.
I
But
also like
Kendrick has good songs. He has pretty good creative songs though.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
even though
he's
he
an
does
amazing
that.
artist. Like,
Who?
that's,
Yeah.
Kendrick
again,
Lamar.
it's about talent.
Yeah, Kendrick.
Yeah, look. Everything we're talking about when it comes to like why I have a bad taste in my mouth from Kendrick pause is not because
It wasn't because
his music. It's because of the way he's moving as a human.
are in LA.
being. Hey,
Wait.
relax, yo, relax.
Whoa.
Listen, I like my artists showing a little bit of humility, showing a little bit of humanity. Everybody's trying to be all like, oh, Drake's sensitive because he's unfollowing all these artists who were shitting on him this entire year.
God, I don't want to look at you.
I do the
Fuck
same
you.
shit. Fuck you niggas, okay? Like, oh, we're not friends no more? Unfollowed,
Yes.
muted. You think I'm gonna watch anything you're putting out? You can suck my dick.
Calls
okay?
lawyer. Can you please take down all of our music together? Like,
Right? Like,
I have enough of a catalog without that person.
I'm a petty motherfucker because I'm a real motherfucker, okay? Like, get the fuck out my face with that bullshit.
He could
Either
literally
way,
post pictures of his son's eyes and make billions of dollars for the rest of his life. Like,
either way, the only thing
For real.
I want to extrapolate from this conversation is for all of you hip hop purists who are out here following the gospel of Kendrick, saying, yes, isn't it so great? We're getting rid of all this bullshit hip hop music, and like, country music is now taking over and hip hop, but this needed to happen. I've been seeing a lot of these narratives the last few weeks. Be careful what you wish for, because I do feel like there's a segment of these hip hop purist niggas who also make music and think that because the type of music that they don't like is now falling out of the cultural zeitgeist as what's popular, means that
They're not
hip
cool
hop will
anymore.
go backwards. You know what I'm saying? Which hip hop has never gone backwards. It's always pushed forward. It's a young man's game. But that aside, they're like, yo, like this is good for the culture. It's good for the
Literal
culture
meaning
that
of hip
niggas
is
can't make
young.
money off the art anymore. Think about it, nigga. Rock and roll died for a
You know
fucking
how
reason.
you know how you have to be able to hop? You gotta have good knees. Automatic young man sport. Hip, young, hop. We need that.
And we're
in
not
business.
listening to any of y'all's bullshit y'all put out. No one wants to hear that fucking shit. Mama was in the closet. I don't know what to fucking do. On my mind, I've been thinking about the fucking fools. Like, I don't fucking give a fuck, nigga. If it don't sound good to my ear, I don't want to fucking hear that shit. All right? Moving on, okay? We got some rest in peace.
He managed to spend 20 minutes on the show.
We have to give some. I don't know if it was 20. It might have been like 15.
No, it was 20. It
Um,
started at 8:05.
Before
I'm sure you'll find two more things to say before 8:20.
Bro, she did not like that segment, bro. She hated it.
before we get out of our bullshit for the day, Danika, did you have a chance to look at that Shxts and Gigs versus Andrew Schulz versus Black Women controversy?
No, I figured you'd just tell us about it and I would weigh in like I
Okay, so do you know who Shxts and Gigs is?
You put like 18 links in there. I was like, what the fuck, you doing too much. Like, you do realize, like,
He just mad because he got caught.
Anyway, do I know who is?
What?
What'd you say?
He's just mad because he got caught.
Exactly.
Who?
He's just mad because he got caught. Andrew
Just
Schulz.
go with
He's just
it.
mad because he got caught.
Uh-oh.
Caught with what?
He got caught. No, I'm just playing. I'm just
Yeah,
with you.
no, like, what? That's not what I view. That's not how I view the situation at all. So basically, Shxts and Gigs, for those of you who
It's
don't
like,
know,
I don't understand.
is the podcast of the two UK niggas, the light skinned nigga and the dark skinned nigga. The dark skinned nigga is Nigerian.
Yes,
And
I know.
basically,
Wait, I joke about these people all the time.
yeah, they
Is that what
basically
their
went on,
podcast is called?
they went on the Andrew Schulz and Akash Singh podcast called Flagrant, which for those of you who don't know, Flagrant is, as it's fucking titled, a podcast that is comedy based. It's 3 comedians on it, and the whole vibe of Andrew Schulz is that he cracks jokes on everybody, right? It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, woman, man, trans, gay. It don't matter.
Okay.
Everybody can get these jokes.
We get it.
Everybody can get these jokes. So basically,
As it
the
should
internet got into a little bit of an uproar because when Shxts and Gigs were on the podcast, they were laughing at some of the jokes that Andrew was saying that pertain to black women, right? I watched the whole podcast. I thought it was kind of funny. My girlfriend watched the podcast. She said that originally she kind of like did feel some of the anger towards the jokes, I would say, but after some like thinking about it, her mind, she was kind of like, I mean, I just didn't find it funny, so, but it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I think like that's where I fall into it, where it was like, yo, if you don't think a joke is funny, that's one thing. But to try and throw the label of racist on a person, or try and cancel a person for jokes when the intention was to be funny, not to be serious, especially when it's on a comedy podcast, I think it's kind of short-sighted.
Wait, who started this?
What do you mean, who started it?
Who said
I remember
that
seeing this.
it was not... What black woman started it? Or was it like...
Black women who view the Shxts and Gigs podcast. Because I was not aware of this, but apparently Shxts and Gigs have a very... a audience that is, the demographic is black women for the most part, apparently, like Americanized black women. And so because of that, when it came out, when their audience got a hold of them laughing at these jokes, and again, they didn't make the jokes; they were just laughing at them. They started to get a lot of pushback, and that caused Shxts and Gigs to come out and do a very lackluster apology. Basically, they tried to throw Andrew Schulz under the bus, which then resulted in Andrew Schulz.
Why didn't you send me this on like from their page?
Well, because I didn't have time to find the exact fucking link with the shit on it. I was just hoping, you might check it out because it was.
I read that and my brain didn't even understand what that meant. And I was like, okay.
Is it because he's getting pushback because he's a white man?
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, because if you look at Dave Chappelle says some racist jokes, and I mean, or homophobic jokes, and then
it's basically okay. Again, I'm not a black woman, so
yeah. Oh, really?
I don't want to speak. I don't want to
clearly.
I don't want to speak for people who felt victimized or felt offended by the joke
by Regina George.
But what I can say is it's a joke. If this was Andrew Schulz on Piers Morgan saying, yo, this is how black women are, and I'm being serious about it, that would be something different. But A, I don't think the joke was that inflammatory, but it's not my place to say. But B, knowing the context, knowing Andrew Schulz, who there's been this rumor that's going around that a lot of people are trying to come out and cape for black women, and that's the thing I don't really fuck with. I've seen a few people who have been speaking on this topic afterwards, and they're trying to patronize an audience by being Captain Save a black woman, and it's bro, this isn't where the energy should be expended, in my opinion. Especially if a lot of these other celebrities or podcasters know Andrew Schulz and know his character. One of the things that people don't know, because I've been following Andrew Schulz and Charlamagne the God since 2010 with Guy Code. You know what I'm saying? I've been following their podcast for years. So it's easy for me to understand that Andrew isn't coming from a place of racism, because he's been inundated with the culture, has been speaking up on the right issues, and also he makes jokes about everybody, including himself. And then also the weird shit that happens on the internet is just that, bro. There was people trying to say oh, this is of course what a Jewish person would do. Andrew literally, the next episode when he was commenting on Shxts and Gigs' apology, literally joked about Jewish people on that episode. And so it's just one of those things where it's I think if you become triggered by something, that's fine, but you probably should do a little bit of self-reflection on the situation before trying to just label somebody as something that I don't think they are, that waters down the label for true racists out there, bro, that are in politics, that are on, news stations, that are actually disseminating media that is trying to portray black women as this unilateral thing. And that's just not okay. I think this was a moment where people maybe needed to step back from the keyboard and reflect. But again, I'm not necessarily gonna say you shouldn't be triggered by something you're triggered by. It's just, it is what it is.
What's crazy about that? They'll pop up here and there. Someone will send me one of their videos, and I've never followed them because what the fuck do I look like setting my? I'm not even gonna go into it. But I think if looking at from a black woman lens, there are a lot of people and spaces online where it's perfectly acceptable for a lot of things to occur that aren't going to make me feel safe or comfortable or protected or celebrated in that space. And it's interesting that a large amount of their viewership is women, because a lot of their content is mocking women. And it's funny, it's humor. And every time I see one of their videos, it's definitely funny and I laugh. But I don't go and follow them because I don't need that on my timeline on a regular basis. And I just like looked up what some of the comments he was like were made, even without watching the video. Even if the video was funny, I'm sure, because people in general are like sensitive, like I'm sure I can read from just the cliff notes how any comments made in any of those contexts could like touch a nerve for someone. But I think it's interesting. Like, the whole situation is interesting because I think the audience, like, again, it goes to like what I said earlier. We've got to stop blindly being like, oh my God, like, why? Who would do this? Like, one of the things that, to me, like, their content is like a reminder of like how majority of not emotionally well established men see the world and operate with women, especially black women. Like, it's funny, but the joke's like on them. Like, they're not funny. Like, it's funny in a different context, and I feel like people need to learn how to get their like media literacy up in general. I don't really have anything to say about people getting upset because
So
people
it's a
get
little
upset
bit
on
of
a
like
daily
the
basis. Mhm.
a little bit of the red pill, blue pill mixed with a little bit of racism is what I'm understanding. Like that's
Yeah,
the
I
space that you're kind
guess.
of.
Yeah, I just think it's like we should, like, if we're being honest, a lot of women follow them because they're funny, but also they're like not ugly.
Yeah,
Like,
no, listen,
you,
listen,
like,
listen.
you know what I mean?
You're
Like, it's like,
my girl,
oh,
listen,
Yeah.
my
and
girl,
they
listen.
and they and
You
they've
know,
got an accent, and they're all like, oh, you know what's funny? I could never do it, darling. I could never be a woman because they're just disrespect. The disrespect. Like, it's
honestly, no, but listen.
savage, savage. I can't believe. And they like laugh at women being savages, like in a
And
different
like,
context. It's like they try.
no,
They are literally like your toxic internet poppies, like,
my girl
but
literally
for
said
women.
verbatim, she was like, "I'm gonna be honest. There's not a thing James could do to make me upset at him." And I looked at her and I was like, "Bitch, what?" But listen, what I'll say is this:
When
I
you
didn't call
when you put a little accent on a six,
on
start
a
looking
six
like an
foot
eight real quick.
on a 6 foot light skinned nigga with
No,
abs and tattoos. I get it. I get it. Look.
no,
Listen,
that's your own personal demons
Yeah,
coming
I
out.
was like, yeah.
listen.
Jabari's like, imagine me, 6 feet, cat it.
I'd be a demon. But listen, so what I would say is this: the other
Demon
thing
at
I
5 foot
want to,
two.
the other piece of context I want to put out on this situation, if anybody's listening and they're just listening to me and they're like, "Oh my God, you misogynistic piece of shit, you hate black women." No, like, I just hate when people pander, especially when they pander because they're feeling the heat over something that they truly didn't have a problem with. The thing that Andrew Schulz said on the next podcast was, the funny thing
So
about
wait, who are
shits and
they
gigs,
mad at? Shits and gigs or Andrew Schultz or both?
you're mad at both. There's a
Yeah.
community
Who
of people
cares
who
what the
don't
white
like
boy
him.
had to say?
Listen. I agree. If you don't fuck with his comedy, you don't fuck with his comedy. But what you don't need to do is label somebody as a racist when they're not racist. But then also on top of that, Andrew Schultz is like, the funny thing about this whole
Or
situation is
we could
there
just
was
look at his. At least you know he's racist.
let me get this
Yeah.
off. No, he's not racist, guys. We got to stop throwing around the word
Okay,
racist.
Jabari.
Or like, but like, if Andrew
What
Schultz
if
was
he is?
a black person and he did the same exact thing? Like, do you think that it would still like,
What if Andrew Schultz was racist?
Okay, so what I'm saying is
or
this.
that,
The funny thing about the whole situation from Andrew's perspective is that there was things Shits and Gigs wanted edited from the podcast. That segment of the joke was not one of them. On top of that, Shits and Gigs got into more controversy when they were on a black woman's podcast and they were asked about there being baddies in Atlanta, and Shits and Gigs said they didn't see any baddies in Atlanta. And then more videos were coming out of Shits and
They're
Gigs
not
from.
lying. I didn't see no baddies in Atlanta either.
You crazy?
I haven't been to Atlanta, so I can't contest.
I've been to
that,
Atlanta.
but,
There's baddies in Atlanta. What are you talking about? Magic City's in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what that means.
We have some of the most. We have like
Magic
Georgia.
City.
What did I say? There's no bad bitches in Atlanta.
You haven't been to Magic City? Oh wait, wait, as a
You can go to Atlanta and not see no baddies.
If you go to the white spots, I guess you go to the corners of the fucking. How are you gonna tell me one of the blackest cities in America doesn't have any black baddies? Okay, let's move on. We're gonna get
Is
canceled.
it one of the blackest cities?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. What other city in the United States has the? What other city besides New?
You need to be stopped. All right. What I'll say is this.
Okay, Atlanta. There, I said it.
What I'll say is this. I don't like the situation because in an attempt to pander to their audience, they tried to throw Andrew Schulz under the bus when this is clearly humor that they are okay with. And the only people they have to blame is themselves for the audience that they've cultivated. For the black women who were offended by the jokes, you don't have to watch Andrew Schulz because he's cultivated an audience that understands his type of humor. Fuck you. If you want to continue to watch Shxts and Gigs,
The
at
birds
least
are on my
so you
side.
know a little bit more of their true feelings towards this subject. You know what I'm saying?
Now you know that they're racist.
Andrew Schulz dated a black woman for multiple years. I don't know if Shxts and Gigs
Not
have
he
dated
had a black friend.
No, I'm simply contrasting the fact of Shxts and Gigs. I don't know them to have black girlfriends, but I do know Andrew Schulz has. I also know that Andrew Schulz has worked with Charlamagne the God for damn near 10 years. Like, he has a black. They have a black producer. They have a black woman producer on their podcast. Like,
I know, but you could say that, but he could be getting some. I mean, he's getting financial gain and some popularity out of it. I mean, until like something comes out.
Who?
Andrew Schulz.
Off of what? Making a joke on a 3-hour podcast that was literally 2 minutes of the podcast?
No, like going to the point, like proving that he isn't a racist, like just working with like Charlamagne the God, having a black girlfriend, like those are all things that like I feel like, just to say it, I mean, just some white people done that in the past and then come out and find to be racist.
In a bubble, yes, but if you don't have any other actual racist acts, like the nigga didn't join the Ku Klux Klan, the nigga wasn't fucking any N-word outside of his window to a group of black young people. He didn't fucking call the police on a group of kids playing in the park. Like,
true.
You're just throwing labels on somebody without added information. Off of a joke, off of a podcast that is called Flagrant. Do we know what the word flagrant means?
Yeah. But like, I mean, the situation that he went through making
the term racism when there's actual shit going on in this country. There's actual people in Congress who are fucking attached to the Ku Klux Klan. Stop
like
walking down the term because niggas are upset with jokes. You good?
Yeah, sorry, my dog is acting weird, but yeah, no. Like, I feel like there's bigger issues like in the United States. Like, you have like congressmen and like people who actually like make laws and actually like.
You still have sundown towns in America.
Yeah, there still is, but like for this instance, like with him making the joke, personally, I don't see it as a big deal. I mean, there's a lot of comedians.
If Andrew Schulz only made jokes about black women, we'd be talking about something. But Andrew Schulz makes jokes about everybody.
Yeah, so
like, what are we talking about? Are black women, or do you want to dehumanize black women to the point where you're saying you can't joke about them, you can't humanize them? Because that's what comedy does. It humanizes people. When you say somebody's off limits, you're literally saying they're a protected group to the point where you can't even joke on them, which I think does more harm for that group than good. Now, if Andrew Schulz, literally his entire comedy stick was just fucking banging on black women, yeah, there'd be a conversation to be had there, but that's not the case. So why extrapolate it to anything further than what it is?
I think it's just because this one instance, and people are focused on this one instance, but haven't really looked at him as a whole and looked at his comedy as a whole. And they're just
I agree. I think people were triggered, but you being triggered doesn't. Your reaction to my action doesn't label me as anything. It just says about you. You know what I'm saying?
Has anyone actually looked at
like you're trying to like I guess like get something out, like you're making it bigger than it has to be. Is what I'm
But
understanding.
have you? But
Not even
has
just
anyone
bigger than he has
actually
to be.
looked?
Instead of
Can
doing
you
your
hear
due
me?
diligence, you got
Hello.
triggered and then you just started calling me a
Can
racist.
you hear me?
It would be like me making a crude joke and then somebody getting triggered by the joke and being like, or me making a crude joke about like the government of Israel later in the podcast, and then somebody just going, "You're anti-Semitic."
Can you hear me?
What?
Where? Yeah,
Where?
but but we see a lot of this
Hello?
though today. Like, if you look at the culture as a whole, like whether you're white, black, Hispanic, like
Isaiah?
just a
Jabari?
broad range of ethnicities, like you see a lot of people though, like whenever a bad joke or a joke is put out, like people get sensitive, and I feel like that is just sadly like where we're at today, is like everybody gets offended over little things.
And that's why I'm just giving my opinion on the situation. That shit gave me the ick. It gave me the fucking ick because what was that?
Yeah, but I mean, this is not the last time that we're probably going to see this. I mean,
No, I
maybe
agree. But like,
yeah.
but the people I'm most frustrated with in that situation
Can you hear
was
me
the
now?
two black men who tried. Yeah, we can hear you. Who tried to throw Andrew Schulz under the bus when if they were really offended by that situation, because them niggas literally sat on the couch and said, "Bro, we had fight or flight when this shit happened. Like we just wanted him to move on.
Wait,
Like
what
if
what
it was
I've been
like
trying to say is, has anyone actually looked at the facts to see whether, in fact, the narratives or jokes being made by either of these groups of men, group or individual men, have made, and if they pertain to, and it seems to be a dark-skinned black women facing situation. So, did anyone actually
what?
look at that?
Where are you going with this?
I'm saying, like to your
Dark
to
skinned
your
black
point
people?
of, listen to what I'm saying. To your point of, he makes fun of everyone. Has anyone actually looked and seen, like, does he disproportionately like speak about a certain group of people? Does shits and
No.
gigs?
No,
I'm
no,
telling
like
you. I'm literally
because
telling you, I'm a fan of Andrew Schulz. He has his comedy all over. He's one of the largest comedians in North America right now. Like, he jokes about everybody. He literally went to fucking Dubai and was joking on literally Dubai culture, on Islam, on Muslim culture, like, and the people in that audience fucked with it. He is culturally competent to an extent that he's able to poke fun at certain things. He was literally talking to the Nigerian dude about the three different types of or not the three different. I don't even know that much about Nigerian culture to understand the jokes he was making with the homie, and the homie got it. But what I'm saying is this: it's like the point of the
That's
situation that rubs me the wrong way. The point of the situation that rubs me the wrong way is that one person is a comedian who does joke on everybody. As I was telling Isaiah, if literally on the fucking 500 shorts, the 3 specials that he's put out, if the majority of the content was about black women, we'd be talking, we'd be onto something. But it's not, it's
yeah,
literally everybody can get it. He's been saying this since the beginning of his career. Clear as day. If you're a fan of him, you know this. But if you're not a fan of him, if you look at shit in a bubble and you got triggered by this one joke, it is what it is.
it's gonna leave a bad, like, no, pause, but it's gonna leave a bad taste in your mouth, and you're just not gonna listen to him like at all, and you're just gonna assume that he's a racist. That's why, like,
Which is why, like, I don't really agree with people moving off of emotion sometimes without doing their due diligence and just talking on these social media landscapes. Which is also why Andrew Schulz is also the type of person who's like, bro, if it's a joke, you made it in good intention, why are you apologizing for it? Clearly, the niggas who apologize for it feel some type of way because, as you see, as more information comes out, these niggas are not the harborers and protectors of black women as they portray themselves to be.
When did
yep,
they portray
that's what it
themselves to
really
be
comes down
harborers
to.
or
They a
protectors?
fraud. There's some frauds. Because listen, I ain't never gonna let nobody tell me I don't fucking love black women, protect black women. That's the majority of the women I've dated in my life.
I know, but like my thing is with that is like, do you have to like I guess like prove or like show, or is it better to just kind of just like be quiet and just like do good like with black women and just like not like like make yourself. I mean, because there's a lot of brothers out here that like say that they like appreciate. Not saying that you're one of them, by the way. That appreciate black
I don't give
women
a fuck.
and
Listen, what I'm saying is this.
and cherish black
I'm saying
women.
right now. I believe you should walk the path that you want to live. You don't need to
Yeah,
talk it. The nigga who's talking all the good shit probably isn't living it. Again, when
yeah,
niggas get on their pretentious high horse and start preaching, they be the ones that I be looking at with the side eye, like what skeletons are
yeah.
in the closet, bro. I'm telling you. I've known it from a personal basis with homies that have kirked off and done crazy shit. I've seen it from a
Oh,
celebrity basis. But like I'm telling you, the nigga who's the loudest in the room preaching about what they should be doing and what they shouldn't, which and what more importantly, what you shouldn't be doing, be the niggas with the most skeletons in their closet, not living the
fact.
fucking gospel that they be preaching.
Hey, you speaking facts, bro.
But
Speaking
either
fucking
way,
facts.
we can move on from this bullshit and get into some health news, okay? First and foremost, we had two debates that happened in the last fucking week or the last fucking
Yes,
month.
yes,
Kamala
sir.
Harris debated Donald Trump, and in
Yep.
my humblest of opinions, she smoked that nigga, okay? Smoked him. All the
Smoke.
polls, all the
Slit, slit,
momentum.
slit, slit.
Post debate have shown that Kamala is doing her thing. I think that my favorite moment from the debate was Kamala talking about the abortion issues. I think it's amazing to have a woman on that stage and be able to eloquently describe the terrorism that's been happening on women's rights and why it is so weird for men to think that they have a say in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Some of the narratives that have been spun about women seeking abortions late term, how the fucking falsity of executing babies after they're born, like it just she was able to eloquently show how absurd the conservative talking points on abortion have been as of late. The my One of my largest gripes with Kamala during that debate was the fact of when the topic of Israel and Palestine came up, she was so able to quote the 1,200 people who were murdered on October 7th, but not quote the 48,000 people who have been murdered in Palestine to this time. Well, actually, to the point of the debate, it's actually grown since then. But that was kind of my feelings of it. She was the clear, decisive winner. She had that dude spinning. She had that dude fighting for his life. I mean, the second she started talking about his crowd size, he just kind of got tunnel vision and just couldn't fucking get out of it from there. And I don't think he's recovered since that debate. He hasn't agreed to any further debates, a second or third debate. He hasn't even agreed to a 60-minute interview. Like, I don't know, like, the dude's spiraling, and it's been wonderful to see.
Bro, he had me when he said that people from Springfield were eating dogs. I was like,
They're
yo,
eating cats and dogs.
I was like, nigga, what? What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
I was like, yo, your mind is going.
And I think what was super exemplary of
They're
that.
eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the dog.
Yeah,
Eat the
I was
cat.
like,
Eat
what?
the... That's my jam though. I told you that's probably my new favorite viral.
But like, what that did was showcase.
You know it, Isaiah. Hold on, Jabari. Sorry, we have to pause for a moment. That sound. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the... that shit cracked me up. But just people are too creative, and that's all I have to say about that. Sorry.
Jabari,
Back
get
to
your
you,
podcast. I'm
Jabari.
sorry, dog.
Serious,
Yeah, I'm
sir.
sorry, dog.
Serious, Jabari, sir. Ew.
No, there's a
What were you
portion of the
doing just
country
now?
that believes that. Like, the only reason you had a presidential nominee on the biggest stage in the country speaking on those topics is that there is a portion of the country who has deluded themselves enough to believe something as asinine as legal immigrants from Haiti are eating cats and dogs. That's how far we've fallen in the political cultural zeitgeist, where on the national debate stage, one presidential candidate is placating in conspiracy theories that are so asinine that you would think like maybe like sixth graders would be arguing about this. Like this isn't something that like real serious adults should be talking about. But we're wasting time on the national stage debating shit like this. Like it's
I
this.
don't even consider that to be a debate, to be honest. That was just a show of pure comedy, number one. But more importantly, like it just it I think I agree with everything you said. I'm not disagreeing. But it was almost it was beyond comical. It was kind of like, okay, like at this point, we're not really like it's not truly a presidential debate. It's a popularity contest, and more so, I think now than ever before in the past, because there used to be some standard to what an American presidency came with, regardless of what party you represented and whatnot. There was like some eloquency, you know. There was
The core.
something. There was couth, okay? And there
Yeah.
was motherfucking logic, rationale. Now we're making fucking remixes off of the ridiculous things he says, not once, not twice, but repeatedly. Like
Okay.
that's the man is the definition of loud and wrong and has been forever and has
I went back.
absolutely zero qualifications for this job and has been trying to be kicked out of said job several times. Like getting impeached twice and then still being the nominee for another term is insane. And at this point, I don't really know. Like, I think it's again our like problem is not with the people who lean far right or even far left. It's everyone in between. It's in the middle, and like
Yeah, the
getting.
people who were undecided on who to vote for. Like what?
Yeah, you motherfuckers are the weirdos. I actually have more respect for the far right people because they're delusional and they know they're delusional.
Lulu.
Like
At least,
you don't know, so your internal compass is fucking broken. Okay,
at least when I know you're loyal to the soil, I know where you stand. The motherfuckers who are like, well, I don't know who could be better. This black woman who's been a fucking professional lawyer for damn near 3 decades, and this buffoon, like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? It's got to be racism. It's got to be sexism.
But
I
like,
feel
what
like
if it's like,
Hmm?
what if it's like a black voter? Like that's just very. I mean, because I mean, I'm gonna just say it. Like I know, like I was undecided, like going into this election, like especially like between Kamala Harris and then Trump. But I mean, she's
Nigga,
a
wait,
lesser
wait,
of
wait,
evils.
wait, 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 wait. No, no. It's one thing to be undecided between voting for Joe Biden and just not voting.
Yeah,
It's another thing to be undecided between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
I know, but
There was
like
never a
for me,
universe where I was voting for Trump. There was a universe where I might not.
no, I wasn't gonna vote for Trump. I was just not gonna vote regardless. But like,
I just wanted you to clean it up. I just wanted you to clean it up because we're
yeah,
shitting
yeah,
on
yeah.
is that you almost just said you were real quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, I'm just saying, like, for the people that like, because a lot of the stuff that she and this is like besides Trump, because we already know Trump is a fucked up human being, but like for people who are voting for a presidency because like they're wanting to get like I don't know, like for example, like tax cuts or something like that. Like for me, whenever I was watching the debate, like I felt like there were some things that she said that really didn't really benefit me, like as a single male or just me personally. Like a lot of the stuff that she was like proposing to do or like just what she was talking about, like it just didn't seem like I don't know, like it just didn't seem like it was like I don't know. I think she just has to figure out some things like
It seemed very business as
in terms of
usual.
policy.
It seemed very business as usual. I will agree, but we're not talking about some type of progressive politician on the lens of like a Jill Stein, a Cornel West, or a Bernie Sanders. I think that conversation flew out the window during the first primary when Americans decided to elect Joe Biden as the presidential nominee again, or when Americans allowed Joe Biden to not get primaried. You know what I'm saying? These types
Yeah.
of conversations are going to are going to be most important 4 years from now. Right now, you have two options as a pragmatic voter. Having Trump in office is not going to do your taxes, how much you pay, your fucking safety as an American any better than Kamala Harris, and that's by a landslide, bro. It's just by a
Yeah, yeah.
landslide.
And this is
Um,
not to shit on like any other people on the other side. It's just like I feel like it's just like that. There's a lot of people that are like that just don't know, or there's just a lot of people that are delusional, like y'all say, and they just think that like the other party is just better for them. Like just to clarify that.
no, yeah, I agree. I just
Yeah.
think I personally think what will benefit young Americans, and when I say young Americans, younger millennials, Gen Z, the people who are up in arms about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I mean, now that's spread to Lebanon and Iran. The people who are worried about the high cost of college, the people who are worried about not being able to buy a house, or rising rental prices. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote inflation, which is also a big conversation that has just been lied about on the news. I mean, please go listen to Mark Cuban talk about this, a fucking billionaire who knows what the fuck he's talking about. Like,
Yeah.
there are times and places for you to be up in arms and to say down with the system, in my humblest of opinions. Right now, pragmatically speaking, this is not one of them. Okay? This is just not one of them. You have a better chance of pushing Kamala Harris more to the left than you do with Donald Trump. Now, am I so naive to say you'll be able to push Kamala Harris to the left? No. Okay, I don't know if that's really the truth. But at the end of the day, it's like when you're faced with a nigga who literally has said down with the Constitution, a nigga who's literally tried to upend our electoral process, a nigga who was not just advocating but governing for himself every step of the way during
Yeah.
his first presidential term, the answer of who you should vote for is obvious. It's the first black Asian woman to run for office. It's a no-brainer for me. Because at the end of the day, if my situation isn't going to be changed drastically in either direction, what the fuck are we even talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
All I know is they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cats, eat the cats.
god damn. Okay. The next thing I
I
want to
can't even like why we need to stop calling that debate. That was a performance,
That
okay?
was a
And
performance, bro.
he's lucky that Kamala didn't call him a motherfucker like she wanted to.
I know, bro.
real quick, I want to get into
Oh my gosh.
a deeper conversation about us and our failing institutions and the people who run them. Did y'all get a chance to see the conversation of the New York City COVID czar, and him being?
COVID czar,
Oh
So
yeah.
you know how when COVID was
czar.
going on, there was different individuals who were the leaders of the COVID task forces in their individual localities.
Yeah.
So basically, there was this story that came out where I forget his name. I don't know his name, but he was the COVID czar during COVID, and he was caught on tape basically explaining how during the pandemic, during the lockdown period, he was throwing sex parties, and
Having
then
Diddy
also
parties.
went to like an underground rave that was under the Capitol where they were all doing Molly and ecstasy.
Pop
And
Molly, I'm sweating.
this threw a lot of people in uproar. Not necessarily the sex parties because there were like between 5 or 6 people, but the underground rave that had about 300 people and which would have been a super spreader event. I also wanted to highlight the story of Michael Eric Dyson, who basically was caught a few weeks ago texting flirtatiously a congressional senator who he had gotten into a fiery debate about on CNN when him and the person he was getting into a fiery debate about were basically talking about how that congressional woman was mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name and how that is an extension of institutional racism. Lastly, talking about New York Mayor Eric Adams and how he's currently being what's the word, adjudicated for his corruption scandals. I think we're at a point right now where we're all starting to really understand that these institutions are these political institutions, these governmental institutions are ran by humans, people who are flawed, people who make mistakes, and people who can be corrupted. What we have to do as a constituency is pay more attention to who we're electing to these fucking positions. We need to hold more feet to the fire to the individuals who we put in these positions of power, because as we've known, power is corrupting, all corrupting. Nobody can escape from it, you know. So it's just one of those things where, like, I just really implore people to pay attention to the stories that are happening, and when it comes time to elect or to follow these people of power, and for people who do get into positions of power to understand the responsibility they have. Because with the COVID czar, what his irresponsibility during the pandemic allows is for conservative shills to come out and now question vaccine policy. What Michael Eric Dyson's scandal does is allow for racist shills to come out and say, see, he's a fucking milk chaser. What he has to say is irrelevant because he doesn't even believe in what he has to say. Like, there's nothing wrong with pronouncing a black woman's name or mispronouncing on purpose a black woman's name. You know what I'm saying? There's no racism that implies there. And then when it comes to Michael, or not Michael, but for Eric Adams, he is up there on stage saying, look at all of the mayors who are getting accosted by different groups right now. They're all black. And like, while that's all fine and dandy, while there probably is some type of racial component to this, if your closet isn't clean, like, you can't say it's just because you're black. You were doing these corrupted things. You were taking these bribes, these trips. Like, you can't fucking speak truth to power if you do have skeletons in your closet. I think, like, people got to understand, when you get put in these positions of power, especially when you're black, when you're a minority, like, you have to be the creme de la creme. You have to just be the best of us. And if you don't have the ability, or you don't think you have the ability to do that, bro, just stay away, because you're hurting us more than you're helping us.
I think what we see across the board in a lot of places, not education, I'm sorry, entertainment and politics, is that the more money and the more influence and the more power you have, it seems like the easier it is for you to fall, because one, it's going to take less, and two, you're going to be presented with more opportunities. And I think that is like, that's why we'll never really have any well-adjusted politicians, because why would I put myself in that position as a well-adjusted human being? Like, I don't need, like, it takes a personality of a very specific type of person to go into any high visibility field, we'll say, and stick to their ethics. And a lot of times it comes with you taking losses. See Colin Kaepernick if you're confused. When you actually really mean what you say and say what you mean. Like, it's gonna it's gonna leave you in isolation. It's gonna leave you not reaching the peaks of your careers that you want to. And in some cases, it might halt the progress that you've made, and people can't stop being selfish, even at it's not, I actually don't even think it's even. I think it's especially at the level when they know they've touched an experience that few people will ever get to have. Like, I feel like when you have had a taste of that life, it becomes addicting and or the standard in a way that doesn't happen with for other people in lesser positions, we'll say, or they just have simpler pleasures in life.
Yeah, and then to go to Isaiah, to go back to like you were talking about how Kamala Harris didn't really speak to you as an individual. Um, I feel like there's some major structural changes that we have to look at figuring out some way to achieve on a political basis. One, lobbying. The only reason these niggas can like get away with such corruption is that we've legalized a lot of it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the main conversation I've been hearing a lot from the Eric Adams situation is that this nigga is stupid. Like, all of the gifts, all of the bonuses that he was receiving from his position of power, most mayors get. He just did it in such an egregious and sloppy way that we know about it. But we know for a fact that you have individuals on the Supreme Court, like Clarence Thomas, who has been getting flights on private jets,
Oh hell yeah.
vacations paid for by different lobbying groups, and nobody bats an eye, and nothing can be done because he's in a position of life appointed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really got to start looking at some of these structural things that we've done to our government and our politics that allows this level of corruption and change it. Like the electoral college, for example, or just unfettered super PAC money. Like, until we get that shit out of our electoral system, a lot of this shit going to continue to go on because, again, power is all corrupting all the time, and no human being is fucking is that disciplined to stave off of it. Everybody has a price. You know what I'm saying?
True. I had a conversation about that Clarence Thomas case and just like him like just taking like
What's your
certain
price?
gifts. No, isn't it? I don't have a price.
Price for what? To sell y'all niggas out?
You don't got a
Yeah.
price? Yeah,
No,
everybody
I
got a
know.
price.
Price.
Look,
No,
I got a
I
price. Jabari, what's your price?
I mean, let's be real.
Again, okay.
40
Trump,
million.
I personally,
For,
what y'all say? Make
but
America
like,
what again?
is it?
I've been there.
But like,
y'all
in a,
niggas are uppity.
in a philosophical way, though, like, is it truly like, and y'all can like give me your point of view. Is it truly like wrong for like an elected official to like take certain gifts or like get like certain like yeah, take certain trips or certain gifts? Like, is it like truly wrong, or is it like wrong at the point where like it starts to influence them, like in terms of like passing like policy and law? Like, could you still like could that person still have their gifts and still have their trips, but like not affect their judgment when it comes in
No.
to
If
like
No.
if the
law?
question is, can you still have your cake and eat it too? The answer is no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
no.
and I don't. I think people aren't giving you a gift
Isaiah,
because they think you're cute. They're giving you a gift because they want to
you want
influence
to
you.
do something, and if you don't do it, then I
Yeah.
can give you that gift again. Think about it this way, Isaiah.
The
You
gift is
get
usually
voted.
what?
You get
Money. It's usually money.
you
You
get
know, cash
voted.
money.
You get voted to be one of the two senators of California, right?
yeah,
Now,
You, Isaiah, insert last name here.
everybody wants you to what's something
no,
I
that's cool.
what's something that's going on in
Because I
California?
think it's just personally wrong, but I just wanted to ask your point of view. Sorry, but keep on
It's
going.
well, you get voted in to be one of the two senators in California, and there's this new fucking policy that the majority of constituents wants so that you can stave off fucking forest fires, right? Something
Yep.
that's pretty integral to uh whatever the fucking populace of California.
I
The
You
got
get
you.
a donor,
ecosystem.
but the only way you were able to win the election is by running ads and getting enough support out there so that you can win the election. You don't have enough money to do that. Not only does this company that says, "Hey, we make all of our money from fighting the forest fires, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna pay you." And basically, to run your campaign, you need $2 million. We're going to pay you $6 million. $2 million that's for your campaign. The other $4, just think of it as cost of doing business.
True.
Now you're in office, and that bill comes across your desk to say, "Hey, we need this so that we can help prevent forest fires." But the same people that you paid, that you allowed to give you $6 million for your campaign, are knocking at your office because your constituents are blowing you up on the Twitter. But the person in your office telling you, hey, remember what we did for you. Remember what we did for you.
I know, but does that person have to do it? Because, like, I mean, you
My
technically
nigga,
don't
who's
have
not
to
gonna
do
do
it.
it? They just paid you $4 million fucking dollars. Have you ever been paid $4 million dollars in your fucking life?
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, like, it's $4 million. Like, okay, like, it doesn't mean I have to do it. I don't know. Like, I just feel like
No. It doesn't
it's,
mean you have to do it, but put yourself in those shoes. Who's not gonna do it? You've already got the money,
yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. You got the money, so you don't have to do it.
so you don't think you're gonna want more of that money?
No.
Taxes took
And
half of it.
okay, and I'm gonna have to pay tax regardless. No, I'm not gonna do it again.
I think you're highly you are
I
what's the
mean,
word?
the person that would do it, I mean, in most circumstances, yes. But personally, if somebody gave me $4 million and then like promised me like more money or something like that because of a bill, and if I know it's like gonna not help the
My
state
nigga,
or
my
its
nigga,
people,
it's not even that, my nigga. It's if you don't do what we tell you to, we're not giving you $6 million next year. And what we're gonna do is give $10 million to your fucking opponent who's running for your seat in 2 years or 4 years.
yeah,
And not only that, we're going to lambaste you on the news, say that you're a piece of shit shill for taking this money and not fucking helping the forest fires. And you best believe if you ever want to work in a career again, bullshit. Now what are you gonna do?
I guess I ain't running anymore. I mean,
What you gonna do after this? Where you gonna
I
work?
mean, shit, I don't know. We're gonna find a way.
Okay, nigga.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like that's why. Look, that's why I'm not in politics. That's exactly why I'm not in politics.
But what I'm
'Cause
saying, what I'm saying is like this muddies the water, yo.
yeah. No, I get
If
you.
you give people that type of money and you understand people who have the ability to give that type of money probably have the ability to do other shit that's not ethical. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were talking about earlier the fucking sex parties Diddy was going to. Like, there's some shit going on in that level of money and those lobbying parties and those fucking individuals. Shit that's been going on in different areas of the fucking country. But y'all give me 1 second. I gotta call my girl and tell her I love her before she goes to work tomorrow. Y'all keep talking about something real quick.
Okay. Okay.
It was the abruptness with which he just had us just go hand us the reins. I think we should take this opportunity to talk shit. What you
Look,
think?
yeah. Nah, but like I'm just saying. Like I
Isaiah
mean,
gonna
you
be
could.
trying to be serious.
Look, if they gave you the money, if they already gave you the money,
Isaiah,
like
no. Actually, he's being unserious as fuck.
look,
The reality.
I'm
Have
just.
you ever watched a TV show, Isaiah? Okay.
I have watched the
They
TV
give
show,
you
Danika.
when you
I have watched it.
they give you the money, they tell you what to do, and if you don't do it, somebody else is gonna break your kneecaps. Okay?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, and they can break my kneecaps.
Nigga, we gonna kill you, nigga. Like, fuck breaking your kneecaps. We gonna kill you. And matter of fact,
That's phase one.
Look, they could come in this house. I got that 40 on me. You feel me? They can come
matter
in.
of fact, you see that hard drive?
Yeah.
Child porn, nigga. Yeah, what now?
Nah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
What you gonna do?
I don't have child porn on my hard drive.
Nah, nigga, I know you. Okay. All right.
We're
I
done
think
talking
not,
up today.
I think, no, listen,
Nah,
man.
but-
We done talking up today.
We've exhausted the time limit on this topic. Get money out of politics, or you're gonna continue to see the stories you're seeing, bro. Money is all
Yeah, yeah.
corrupted. And
Nah.
these niggas do not have the ability to say no to it, okay? So the only way that you're going to stop them from taking it is making it illegal for them to take it, which at a time in our country before the repeal of Glass-Steagall, this was a thing. This super PAC money was not always a thing, bro. This is relatively new to the last 60 years of our country. Moving on, one of the other things, actually moving on, but still in concerns with money and how it influences our politicians. One of the craziest humanitarian crises that we've been witnessing for the last year is directly influenced by money and politics. You know what the largest Israeli lobbying group is in America? Going once? Going twice? It's AIPAC.
It's B Pharma.
No, it's AIPAC.
Okay. Don't ask ChatGPT to explain who that is.
No, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
ChatGPT. Quick, who's AIPAC?
No, fuck you. You just pissed me. No, but for real, AIPAC is the largest Israeli lobbying committee in the country, and
we love Israel. We get it.
No, but like they're one of the largest contributors to not just individuals on the congressional level, but also Joseph Biden, and it's one of the reasons why we're seeing the level of sanctioned atrocity that we've been seeing. For those of you who have still been living under a rock, the last week we've now seen a retaliatory strike from Iran into Israel. For those of you who don't know why Iran is retaliating towards Israel, Israel has been Israel has been doing a continued genocide in Gaza, as well as encroaching more space from the West Bank, which, if you don't know what these issues are, I implore you to go back and listen to our previous podcast where we go more into depth on this issue. Israel has started a offensive attack on Lebanon, which is a little close to my heart because I worked with a doctor in Baltimore who a year ago, actually no, more than a year ago, when we were talking about the Israeli-Palestinian crisis, he was saying how he was worried that this crisis would stretch into Lebanon. It now has, with Israel bombing Beirut, the capital of Lebanon. And while they did manage to murder multiple Hezbollah, I guess you call them para-governmental terrorist organization, many of their leaders, they also killed hundreds of civilians. In addition to that, they are now pushing forward towards a hot war with Iran. If you understand the geography of the area, this is now Israel fighting multiple wars of attrition on multiple fronts. How are they able to do this? They are funded by the world's richest and most militarized country, that is, yes, you guessed it, the United States of America. We are now at a point where civilians in multiple...
It's Isaiah celebrating in the book. Yeah, gay. Oh, wait, what?
We're now at a point where multiple American citizens, or not American citizens, multiple Muslim civilians in 3 different countries are being terrorized by one country who, while yes, have been affected by terrorist attacks that murdered 1,200 people, are now committing, in my opinion, the same level of terrorist attacks in other countries. It's egregious. It's so heartbreaking. And at this point, until our government gets away from the money and the lobbying that's literally lining the pockets of multiple politicians, I don't really know where we go from here. You know, at this point, with the war in Iran starting to become a hot war, there's been talks of American troops going over there to fight. That would be one of the worst things I think that could happen since the Iraq and Afghanistan war. Our brothers, our sisters, our daughters, our sons going over to fight a war of attrition for a country who and when I say a country, again, I want to reemphasize, I'm talking about the government of Israel. There's actually many Jewish Israeli citizens who are lambasting their government that also are angry with Netanyahu. But at the same time, again, these young men and women will go to fight a war that at every step of the way, when diplomatic progress has looked like it can be made, Israel, the government, has denied that. So Again, I implore you guys to give witness. I implore you guys to continue donating to different groups, different organizations. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, like, I know what the fuck's going to happen or I'm optimistic about what's going to happen. I just say, bruh, like, pay attention. This literally is one of the major fire points of the election. You have many young people who are refusing to vote because of the way the Joe Biden administration has been governing on this topic. You have many young people who feel like a Kamala Harris presidency would be more of the same. But unfortunately, I'm here to tell you a Trump presidency is definitely going to be more of the same. So there's really not much that we can do on that front. I don't mean
Or
to
10
depress
times
niggas.
worse.
Yeah, I don't mean to depress niggas. I don't mean to give niggas no hope. But again, I think the least you can do is give witness to the genocide that is happening in one's country and to the needless and senseless expansionist war that is happening in other countries' fronts. Anytime a sovereign nation bombs another sovereign nation, it goes against international law. And at this point, we are at a precipice where we are looking to go back to post World War II international relations where its might is right. It's not, hey, let's try to minimize civilian casualty. Let's try to minimize humanitarian crises. We're at a point where we're allowing a country that is funded by our country to commit insane acts, bruh. Insane acts. And again, I just implore you guys to bear witness because I don't really understand the sentiment that some Jewish Americans have, that some Republican Americans have, that some just Americans have, where they just look at what Israel is doing and because of some xenophobia, because of some fear of Muslims, that they think that this is okay, because it's not, bruh. It's evil. And then I don't really know what much more I can say on that piece. Prayers up for all of the a crazy fucking statistic that came out about this entire situation to put it in more perspective. They came out yesterday or this past week to say that there has been recorded so far 18,000 women and children to have been murdered in Gaza. That's just the number of people that we can identify. There's still about 20,000 people that are either missing or entrapped, so under rubble, not accounted for basically. And that's basically but that 18,000 number is the largest number in the last 20 years of civilian casualty, women and children. So that accounts for the Syrian civil war. That accounts for the Afghanistan and Iraq wars. Like, we are seeing levels of carnage that we, at least in my lifetime, I've never been witness to. And it's fucked up, bro, because the quickest way that we as a government, the American government, could do is just stop sending money, blank checks, missiles, ammunition to a country that is hell-bent on using it to sow blood and carnage, bro. And that shit is it's just so heartbreaking. Especially when I think that money could be used in other ways. For example, for all the victims of Hurricane Helen. We see you too, guys. We see you. We feel for you. You have not been lost. Your cries of pleas of help have not gone on fallen ears. And again, I'm going to do my due diligence to put resources onto our IG page. I'll put it into our notes. And if you have the ability to donate and to give some money to both the victims of in the Middle East and also the victims in the Midwest of this country who were affected by the storm, please do, because people are hurting, man. And like, it gives me nothing. There's no heavier weight on my heart than watching those videos of mothers, of fathers crying for their loved ones, for their babies, bro. Like, that shit is just fucking, it's just insane to listen to or to watch, to witness, bro.
It's sick
Power.
because it's like when I see the images, it really does like have you feeling like, damn, we can't do anything, but
Yeah.
little bit go a long way. You have to like remind yourself of that.
Yeah,
Or just
and
like a reminder too of like there's actually people out here like doing some sick shit, some
and
terrible
for the
shit.
Jewish people who for some reason have this love for the Israeli government and think what they're doing is going to bring a safer Israel, I really implore you guys to think about that, man. Like the whole idea that you can bomb away terrorism, I thought we learned that lesson in 2001, bruh. After 2001. The only thing you do when you carpet bomb areas and murder civilians is you friggin' birth more terrorists. That's all you do. And now you've started, now, not you, now the government of Israel has started wars on multiple fronts. If you don't think that's just going to embolden the next generation of terrorists, I don't think you understand history. I don't think you understand politics. I don't think you understand the way governments work, bro. So, again, prayers up to all those people out there because I do feel pretty helpless. I think that all of the individuals who share resources online, I pray for their mental health. But fuck, bruh. Fuck. Give witness. Damn. I kind of wanted to go. I don't know if I wanted to go more in depth. I don't know. I don't think we need to. We're reaching that 2 hours though, so I just want to shoot off some RIPS real quick. Again, RIP to Rich Homie Quan. He passed away from a fentanyl overdose. It's very sad. He was a beloved hip hop artist. Rest in peace to Frankie Beverly, a musician of the highest caliber. We'll definitely play some a song that I fucking live from him before we dip out of here today. But then also too, we got to say rest in peace to Sonia Massey, another woman who died from police brutality. An RIP to Marcellus Wallace, an individual who was murdered with the death penalty after he was proven to be innocent. Shit, man. Danika, you said fucking what's his name? Amos. Shit. John Amos. He passed away. Shit, bro. We're just losing so many greats. But again, death is hard. Death is something that is very. It's very difficult to deal with. But we just pray that those people, their souls, are in a better place. Yeah, I don't have much else to say on that. You guys got anything to say? Because I'm starting to get cotton mouth. Not that I'm smoking, but just been talking for a long time. I'm ready to get into some fucking health topics and get out of here. What y'all got? Anything?
No, I'm just yeah.
I guess I just saw that for the Tyree Nicholas case, 3 of the officers were convicted, but there's like 2 officers that they weren't convicted for civil rights. Yeah.
You mean Tyree Hill?
Yeah, no, Tyree Nicholas.
Who's that?
Or Nichols. It was so basically it was just this kid. I wouldn't say kid, but he looks pretty old. Basically, these officers came, and then I'm just gonna give you a little spark notes, but there's 3 officers that brutally beat this man. A very like fatal beating that they did, and I just know that because I'm like currently reading up on it too right now, but I just know that 2 of the officers right now. Due to civil rights issues, they didn't get charged for that, but 3 of the officers did get convicted for the beating. So,
Okay, well, fuck them
yeah,
niggas, and hopefully
yeah.
that man's soul can have some peace. So I've been kind of debating what I wanted to do for a health topic this episode. I've had some personal shit happen in my life that has made me kind of want to speak on communication, but also I think with we losing another young rapper to opiates that I kind of wanted to do the opiate crisis or a discussion on opiates as well. Since I haven't really done much crucial, not crucial because I know what opiate drugs are, but I haven't really done enough. I haven't really done enough prep for that. I think we'll talk about communication and what that means. I just kind of wanted to expound on the importance of communication. I think a lot of times as human beings, we can get into bubbles. We can get into our own heads about how we feel about situations. But if we don't speak up about those situations, I think it is very hard for others to understand what we're going through or for others to correct missteps in relationships we have. I think communication is, again, one of the greatest tools we have when it comes to interpersonal relationships, whether that's friendships, whether that's relationships on the romantic sense, whether that's relationships between governments, relationships between countries, relationships between religions, between people in general. Like, if we don't open our mouths and talk about how we're feeling, and if we aren't able to listen to somebody speak about how they're feeling without prejudice or without ego or without reserve of how that person might be sharing, I think we can get into spaces where we misconstrue energy or misconstrue intention, man. And so over the last, I want to say like the last month, have had a situation with a homie that's really made me realize how important that I um, implore people to communicate, because personally in my life, like, I don't really understand, I don't really have any situations with my friends or my loved ones where I don't speak up when I'm feeling a certain way. To go into a little bit of me and Donika's relationship, there was a point in our relationship where she felt that I wasn't being the best of friends, and she spoke up, and I feel like that enabled us to get through that little rough patch and have me step up in the way that I need to step up for our relationship. I feel like if you don't speak on what's bothering you, stuff will fester to the point where you make decisions that, while they're your decisions, they might not be the healthiest, you know? So again, like, how does, I guess my question to you guys is like, how do you guys feel about communication in relationships? What are some of the things that you guys employ in your own personal lives to keep the communication alive in your relationships or your friendships or your, just overall? I guess it's kind of an open-ended question. Have you guys experienced anything that's kind of made you say, oh, fuck, like, maybe I don't communicate the best, or maybe I don't, or maybe that person wasn't communicating the best with me? Damn. Speaking of communication.
I was drinking my tea. I think the older you get, the more communication you realize good communication is a choice. And I think it kind of comes down to, for me, like, if there are other factors that are preventing or causing the person to not want to communicate, no matter what you do, utilizing all of the like tips and tricks there are, like general tips and tricks there are for good communication, isn't going to be received well. And that's just kind of like, I feel like the phase that I'm at, where I'm an over communicator. So I feel really good about things most of the time. 'Cause I'm like, I said everything I wanted to say. And like, that's all I can do. But that's like how I am as a person. I don't really understand under communicators, because what are you scared of? Like, you might as well say your piece. Is kind of, but that's my perspective, and that's how I don't have a problem communicating individually or in a larger group audience situation. I do think that people tend to think that communication and conflict are like somehow mutually exclusive of each other. Like, and I think that there's like the point to what you said, like, if you don't communicate through something, you're not going to work through a conflict. But just because you are communicating about something doesn't mean there won't be conflict. Yeah. Weirdos. I do think it's interesting because I think people can be quick to say something, quick to not say something,
I
and
feel like
sometimes not communicating is communicating something in and of
Listen,
itself.
listen,
true.
energy. One of the things I realized too is like energy doesn't lie, and I would say for my over communicators, when you feel an energy shift in a relationship, whether it be romantic, platonic, or whatnot, there and you reach out, you can't force somebody else to communicate with you. You know what I'm saying? Because their inability to communicate with you is, in fact, communication in and of itself. Um,
Yeah.
Right.
and you
And
can't.
like we've talked about the fact that like this whole narrative of like I just am not a texter, I'm not a caller, I'm not this, I'm not that. Baby, get over it. Become a texter, become a caller. Like it is not the responsibility of the person who either naturally communicates more or has made themselves into a person that reaches out to individuals that they care about to carry the brunt of that relationship. Like, especially if that means you're in a different, like, physical space where you don't see each other, or regardless, like, we're adults. Once you're not in the, like, bubble of your hometown, college, or whatever bubble that you're used to being in, it takes actual effort to like maintain a relationship with someone in all types of relationship, and the hallmark of any good relationship is communication. And so when people intention are not intentional in becoming better communicators, but then also complain about the lack of intentional relationships they have, or opportunities for intentional relationships, is kind of like I
Yeah,
don't really understand it. I think like there's a lot of things that we've gotten like really lazy about that are like basic skills. Like
I think
we don't
social
want
media.
anybody in our we don't want to talk to anyone. We don't want anyone in our house. We don't want we just like want this like very
I think
in a box, no conflict. We're always on our P's and Q's type of
I think the commodification of relationship too on like your own terms from a personal level. Like when you have phone, social media, when you have the ability to order food from your phone and not interact with the driver, leave it at my door. Um, shit, porn. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to interact with people to get sexual pleasure. People who now work professional careers where they work from home and they don't even have to interact with coworkers. We're losing the essence of what it means to be human and what it means to develop relationships. So I agree with you. Like, for those of you who are listening and are kind of like dumbfounded by like what we're saying, like, what do you mean? Like, why is it wrong for me to, like, I feel a certain way, and it's not wrong for me to feel a certain way, and I'm not saying it's wrong for you to feel a certain way, but if you don't communicate the transgression that made you feel a certain way, how can you expect a person to get the opportunity to change or apologize and atone for that transgression? And I think that's the like that's that misconception of like what's a conversation and what's conflict. What's a discussion and what's an argument. Like, these are things that in all relationships, I think at this point in time, we have to come to understand that those are the basis of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything won't always be rose petals and gardens, man. Some of that shit is going to be rough. Some of that shit you got to work through, because we are all individuals. We all have ego. We all have id. We all have things that we believe to be the right way. But like, relationships exist on compromise, and you can't compromise if you don't conversate. So I don't know. I think communication is so important, and it's something that we're losing sight of. And I don't know. Like after my situation personally, I hit up most everybody I love. Well, not everybody. So if you're listening to this, you're like, yo, you didn't hit me up, nigga. Listen, text me, nigga. We work through it. But I hit up a lot of people and basically re-emphasized that, like, yo, like, I don't want a situation to occur between us where you feel some type of way and you don't feel comfortable coming to me with it, okay? I would like to extend the ability for you to conversate with me over shit that you feel disrespected by, or you feel is incongruent with the ability for us to keep a relationship. And on my end, I feel like that's the only thing I can do. Because again, with communication, it's a two-way street. You can't force somebody to communicate with you. You can only meet a person where they're at. But I'm sorry, Isaiah. I feel like you had something you wanted to say, and we kind of cut you off, and you know.
No. You good? No, you guys helping me out, giving me gems. Cause just in the past, like I was just gonna say, just like in the past, like I used to like not really be a big communicator, just be very very shy. But I feel like just the more experiences that I had, the more like I was outside, the more that I was like, just hanging out with people and just like getting to know people. Like I kind of like noticed that like I was like missing out on a little bit of things like socially. But you kind of like just hit the nail there, like just saying like, when like whether if it's like social media, pornography, like, having your phone, like, you have everything on your phone. So it's just like some people are just like, what's the point of me, socializing with people, like where I could just swipe right or swipe left and, things can happen. So, no, like I do definitely agree with you with just like being able to like, say what you say and then just like not really worry about like what the other people might say about you or like what other people might think about you. But I definitely relate with that.
Yeah, I think that one of the statements I've been thinking about that kind of rubs me the wrong, not rubs me the wrong way, but I just find funny is like people will be like, "What's understood don't need to be explained."
Yeah. Like I don't really understand that honestly because it's like you can't read somebody's fucking mind. So it's like
Yeah, yeah.
how you like what like
Now,
how you should know
Yeah,
that.
no, what's understood doesn't need to be explained, but there's a lot of things that are not
yeah,
understood.
yeah,
No,
So
but
therefore, explain
yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
Like,
like
Yeah.
if I'm telling you I don't understand and you choose not to explain,
yeah,
What the fuck? You know what I'm
like
saying? Like, what the fuck are
like
we talking about?
like how can I
but
know
you know
that I do
what? Let
something
me
wrong?
tell you. Every time I've been in that situation, it's been it's been uh it's been for the best
Fuck them.
because
It's been for the best.
not it's been for the best for real
Yeah,
because if you don't care enough to explain something to me,
yeah,
you could have it.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You could just have it because at baseline, part of communication is trust and respect.
Yeah.
And if you don't trust that you can be honest with me, you don't respect me enough to tell me the truth. Like,
Yeah.
Then that's not your friend.
And honestly, I don't know.
not anymore.
I don't know a conflict that I've had with a loved one that through communication couldn't have been resolved. You know, it's like the time.
I don't know a relationship that didn't get deeper through a conflict
Yeah.
that was resolved through communication.
Yes.
Shit.
That's what
Keep
we
up
want.
what
That's
you
what we
saying.
also to pivot to pivot slightly. That is also a hallmark of what we want and what we mean by we've been through these things. Because I think sometimes we really like glorify relationships that you've been through a lot, quote unquote. Y'all ain't supposed to go through some of the things that you went through. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking about we miscommunicated and hurt each other, and then we talked about it, and it didn't feel good for either of us because ew, feelings and ew, I'm wrong, you're right, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, all of those things don't feel fun. That's like we've been through a lot. We've learned how we accidentally hurt each other's feelings. Like, that's we've put in effort into this relationship. It's not like sometimes like the things that I think get projected out there is like we stuck by each other while neither of us could make up our mind on how we felt about each other. We stuck by each other while we were actively cheating on one another. Like, no.
Just look at Cardi
No,
B and
no.
Offset's relationship, guys. Do you think if they communicated
Can we not?
what they wanted
Can we not?
Nah.
to be in this
Can we
situation?
not?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But on
Insert deep sigh
a
in.
real note too,
These are the situations that now, like, I remember when being a good girl used to mean something. Anyway, let me get off. I'm gonna hop off before I trigger myself.
but I think to go even further in the conversation of communication, we've been speaking a lot about communication on relationships. I think there's also a barrier of communication that you also have to be willing to have with yourself, right? We can go into the Kendrick Lamar Drake conversation when Kendrick Lamar was like, I think you need to do some ayahuasca. As pretentious as that sounds, what a drug like ayahuasca allows you to do is conversate with the deepest part of yourself, right? That's the same thing that LSD, shrooms, all these introspective drugs are. You know, it's always funny when people are like, I don't like marijuana because it puts me in my head. I always think about my initial thought is,
Your head must be a fucked up place,
But
homie.
oh, it must be a foreign place to you.
But
If
could you
don't
just
like
seek
to
out
be in your
a therapist also too? Like just like if you didn't
listen,
want to.
yes, I was gonna get to that
Okay.
piece, right?
Okay.
I'm not here to fucking say go do
Marijuana's
drugs.
cheaper. I'm kidding.
But even with marijuana, there's a sedating
It's
effect.
more widely available,
There's
honey.
there's,
That's what it
there's a
is.
sedating effect that you get to where I don't think it gives you that level of introspection anymore. But
Jabari, you could be a psych MP.
listen, things are coming. But either way, what I'm saying is this: is that what we do, right? That was kind of. No. To go truly to what we were saying,
Because I know you're not going to let me and Bemmy get away with being the only ones with doctors. So
no,
I know he not
Oh,
gonna do
no. Like, listen, when this is in, I'll tell you what my plan is. But I think therapy is such a beneficial thing for people because it allows you to conversate with yourself in a way. Yes, there's a person who will give pushback or give you exploratory questions, but I recently did a couples therapy session with my girlfriend, and like, I'm not gonna hold you. In that one session we did, it made me realize how much I've been missing from not having individual therapy, and it is something on my list of to do things. Yes, I know my health has been something that I've been saying I'm going to get on for a while now. But once my
A
money is
bullshit
right,
for your health podcast.
but once
Ask him when his last physical was, y'all.
When was your last physical? I'm just curious.
I think
Look, I love how Isaiah go, actually,
my health
I like
information
Isaiah.
breaks HIPAA, and
How old are you again? Aren't you afraid of
He said,
prostate
how
cancer?
old is you? He said,
wow.
ain't you in the
Never,
geriatric
you
population?
never ask a gentleman his age. But what I will say is this:
And you know when he start referring to himself as a gentleman, he's of advanced age, okay?
but what I'm saying is this: I think we should all implore, or we should all dedicate ourselves to improving our communication, both with our loved ones, but
He looks
especially
like
with
he's 25.
ourselves.
He's 25, y'all. Just FYI.
He
No,
needs to
listen,
improve his communication with his primary care provider.
listen. People have been telling me, like literally, the last 3 people who
About your PCP.
they're literally like, "Damn, bro, like I thought you were 25," and I was like, "Thank you."
That's what I thought. Look,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
that's what.
Yeah, that's because working hard keeps you young and you're the fucking Iceman.
Don't take me back to that time. Okay.
Bro, damn, bro.
That was an awkward period of life. But yeah, okay, but yeah,
What?
guys, we get out of here.
You gonna have to tell me.
Yeah, we
We've
did
been talking
we did
for
use
2
this
hours and 30
struggle
minutes.
summers.
You're gonna have to tell me later.
Sweating.
Tell me later.
Do you guys have any content that you would like to share for our good listeners today? And we're gonna get out of here with a
For our
song.
good listeners, I got something for the baddies. Okay.
Okay? Give us something to the haters who are listening too.
She said for the
really-
baddies.
For the baddies.
For the baddies.
Oh.
Baddies.
No, but seriously, what do you mean?
Content of the week, guys. Something.
Oh. What's your content of the week? I don't really always understand what content of the week is, because I'd be like, if that's content of the week, then what was all the other shit we was talking about?
No, it's literally it's just something that you enjoy that takes your
Content
mind
of
off of the like what's a piece of content that you've been enjoying that allows you to dissociate from the world, right? For me, it'll be an album. I got two things, right? No, actually, no, just one thing. An album. Lil Tecca dropped an album, Plan A. It's about, I think, an hour long in total. No, it's 44 minutes long, so a pretty easy listen. But to me, it's good plug and B. It's a much better listen than that trash ass album Future put out. Say what you will, but that's my content of the week. What you got? Isaiah?
Okay. The first part of the album was okay in Future's album. I'm just
Is
gonna
that
say
the content of the week? Is it,
No. I'm just saying it wasn't
get
trash.
that
Look, for
nigga,
the
they get that nigga's,
let me finish my point. Okay, look. Okay, so for those people who have not listened to the album, just listen to the album.
No, wait, Isaiah.
The content of the week that I would have to say that has really just let me detach. Honestly, I was watching the Menendez brothers Netflix special. So
okay.
I've been kind of detached a little bit on that. That's been kind of a mind fuck for me.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
yeah,
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah. So that I recommend it to anybody, honestly, because like it's crazy. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to spoil it. It's crazy. Check it out.
Cool. Good shit.
Yeah.
What you got, Danika?
I don't really have any content of the week. I live my life mostly in the real world. Um,
Damn.
go,
Okay.
Joe.
I don't be watching television like you fucking degenerates. Like, what?
You know, should be like watching some
final
TV.
push of PA school, bro. Like, I'm just trying to keep swimming. My ass has been in a catatonic state. My
You know you
content
be
of the
watching
week has
TV.
been-
Social media?
yeah,
Instagram?
you know what I've been doing? I've been rewatching Suits.
There you
Oh,
go.
I fuck with that. I like it.
I
Wait,
love that show.
Dude,
what
come
season?
to me.
I'm finally on like the last season, which I've never seen.
Okay, don't
So-
spoil it for me. Don't spoil it.
All right. We're gonna,
Respectfully.
we're gonna leave you with a song by Frankie Beverly and his band Maze called Can't Get Over You. Again, guys, if you've been listening to us, we appreciate you. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on SoundCloud, follow us on Spotify. We love you.
Sign my petition for a clothing budget.
Prayers up for all the Muslim brothers out there in the world currently.
You see how he just ignored me?
I know,
All
right?
right. Prayers up for all the Christians out there who are being imperialized. Because there are Christians in Lebanon.
Prayers up for me. I'm Christian. You're not giving me my clothing
Prayers up for
budget.
Danika so she can get to this PA degree. Prayers up for Isaiah. He just got a new job. Prayers up for me.
What about my clothing budget?
Okay, clothing budget, whatever. Damn, nigga. But here we go. Can't get over you by
$20.
Maze. We're out of here, guys.
20.
somewhere deep in my heart. It's just too hard to hide. I can't get over you. I've tried to lose myself in song, but the tides are much too strong.